Next, on Vegas, Tana gets involved with radical feminists when men who exploit women begin to turn up dead.
My name is Ms. Virginia Marshall.
And you gunned down a man in cold blood.
Down a man in cold blood.
You know where she is?
Dan, that's privileged information.
You're breaking the law. You're harboring a fugitive from justice and you're making yourself an accessory to murder.
Talk to you later.
Telephone book. The man said it was an emergency.
You think I was a local doctor?
You are in a way, aren't you?
Yeah. Hey, folks, doing good. Have a good time. I sure hope this is important, pal.
I want to throw a party. Got some friends here from out of town.
Listen, man, I'm throwing a party.
I need some girls, man.
Yeah, I know. Only I promised my girls a night off.
These guys are high rollers.
Well, how high are these high rollers willing to go?
How does 500 apiece sound?
500 apiece? Maybe the girls would rather go to your party.
I thought they might.
I'll let them make their own decision and get back to you.
How long you gonna be?
About 10 minutes. The action's out by the... Hey, you've got to be kidding.
Now for the local news. The Las Vegas Police Department have announced the arrest of a suspect in yesterday's bizarre killing of Luke Mannings. Mannings, 3 times arrested for pimping and procuring of women, was gunned down in his home. The gun found a short distance from the scene is registered to Miss Virginia Marshall. Miss Marshall, the head of the emerging women's organization, Alert, was arrested this morning. And now to the weather. Locally, it's going to be clear and windy. Lows tonight.
Okay, you got that?
Yeah, but I think you should be just a little bit more diplomatic in this letter.
Yeah, probably so. Okay, rewrite it and tell him to sit on it. Diplomatically, of course.
Of course.
What's next?
Well, you've been putting off a reply. 10 investigations. Who's calling? Oh, I see. Just a moment, please. J.D. Fenton.
J.D. Fenton, a lawyer?
Yes, the lawyer.
We're moving up?
We sure are. She wants you to come over to the office right away, could you?
Tell her yes.
Okay. Yes, he'll be right over. Could I have the address, please? Thank you.
Give me my jacket. Gotta learn to stop seeing people right away.
It sounds important.
I know, but if prospective clients think you're available, they try to get you to cut your price.
Dan, trust me. If they can afford her, they can afford you.
You're right. Start paying last month's bills.
Okay.
I appreciate your promptness, Mr. Turner.
Counselor, my pleasure. You can call me Dan, though.
Sit down.
Thank you.
I am J.D. Fenton, and I'll get right to the point. In Vegas, I'm considered the best in my business. And from what I hear, you're the best in yours.
Well, there's never been a contest, not that I know of. But if there were, I guess I'd figured to be in the money.
My client is Virginia Marshall. She's being held without bail, unjustly accused of a murder.
And you want me to prove the unjustly part, is that it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dan, Virginia Marshall is a remarkable young woman. She has spent most of her adult life fighting for women's rights. And of course, she's made a lot of enemies along the way. You may not like her, most men don't. But she's honest, and what's most important is she is innocent.
Well, Counselor, it won't be easy. You see, the police have what they call an ironclad case.
Mr. Tanner, I'd feel more secure about this whole thing if you were a bit more positive.
Well, you can be positive of one thing, Counselor. I'll prove somebody did it. Now, would you call Lieutenant Nelson at Metro and tell him I have permission to talk to our client?
Done.
And one more thing. I know it's none of my business, but if you wouldn't mind, what does the JD stand for?
Jezebel and Delilah.
Counselor?
You've got to free Jenny Marshall. Women have rights. Women have rights. Jenny is not guilty. Free Jenny Marshall. Free Jenny Marshall. Alert Jenny. She did not do that. Equal rights. Yay, Jenny. Keep up the good work, girl. We're not letting you get away with it. Won't let you get away with it. Equal rights for Jenny Marshall. Free Jenny.
Here, for Jenny Marshall.
Thank you. Can I talk to you for a minute?
Me? What about?
Well, I'm working on the Ginny Marshall case.
She didn't do it. She couldn't have.
Yeah. Well, the police think she did.
She didn't.
She is a member of your organization.
She's our vice president.
Would you mind telling me what ALERT stands for?
Alliance for Liberty, Equality, and Revolution Through Truth.
Revolution through truth. Having your convention at the Sands, right?
Without Ginny, it's more of a wake.
Listen, I might need a little more information about the group.
Anything. Just so long as it helps Ginny.
Free Jenny. Free Jenny Marshall.
He's going to...
All right, Miss Marshall.
Ms. Marshall.
Ms. Marshall. Shall we go round again?
You'll get the same answers.
Lady, I'm up for retirement in 15 years, so you take all the time that you need.
My name is Ms. Virginia Marshall.
And you gunned down a man in cold blood.
I did not gun down a man in cold blood.
Ms. Marshall, you did everything but sign your name. Yes. All right, thank you. I'll be right back.
I can hardly wait.
Hey,
Oh,
you look tired.
well, I've been questioning your client for the last few hours. She's in the interrogation room. You know, from what we've got, I could probably arrest you for stealing money.
That bad, huh?
Dan, any first-year law student could put her away.
So what can you tell me?
2 bullets, ballistics checks say they both came from her gun.
There are prints on it?
That's right. Of course, she said somebody stole it.
Yeah, what else?
Well, we have some woman's footprints in the dirt outside the bedroom window, and an exact match from a pair of shoes we found in her closet. And that's not all. Have you ever read The Enemies of Eve?
A couple chapters in the dentist office, you know.
Uh-huh. Beware exploiters of women, the day of reckoning is now. That was a lipstick message we found on Luke Manning's mirror.
Yeah, from her book.
Page 43.
Page 43. Dave, you're just wrong about one thing. About me stealing money on this case. Earned every dime.
Hello, Dan.
Dan Tanner? JD sent word you were coming. She said you were good. You better be, hotshot.
Tough. Very tough.
Innocent.
Well, you convince me of that, and I'll try to convince the police, okay?
It's a frame, Tanner. My gun was used, but I reported it stolen 2 weeks ago. Now Nelson and the rest of the men on his force are trying to take the easy way out. Me.
People report guns stolen every day. Let's talk about Luke Manning's.
I only knew him by reputation. He was a creep. What kind of justice is it when I get put in jail because somebody kills a piece of garbage?
Luke Mannings was a pimp, a parasite who lived off women. Now, there have to be 100 people who had reason to kill that male crud.
But the police believe that you did it. Now, Miss Marshall, I'm here to help you. But I don't like your attitude, so let's just cut the chauvinistic junk and get to the facts, all right?
The facts can't change, Tana, and neither can I.
Okay. We'll do it your way, for now. I grant you that somebody else could have written that quote, but what about the footprints the police found at the scene of the crime? They found the shoes in your closet.
Of course, they were mine.
How? Why?
That man was killed Sunday. My shoes were in Tal's shoe repair at the Somerset Shopping Center until Monday morning.
Why didn't Nelson tell me that?
Because I didn't tell him. And by the time we got around to the shoes, I was not about to give these clowns a chance to destroy my alibi.
Okay, Miss Marshall. I will go talk to your shoemaker, then you and I will have another little talk, all right?
Sorry to interrupt.
Counselor?
I finally got the court to set bail. It was high, but the organization raised the money. Come on, Ginny, you're free to go.
Counselor, how come you allowed your client to be interrogated without her lawyer present?
Because she's innocent and she has nothing to hide. Point number 2, it'll impress the hell out of the judge when I move for dismissal.
Thank you. Getting away from these Neanderthals is a gift from God.
And J.D. Fenton.
Well, Mr. Tana, I told you I'm the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somebody broke in over the weekend and stole some tools and petty cash. Probably some kids.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember Virginia Marshall?
Sure, I remember her. She's one of my good customers.
Yeah, well, she said she picked up a pair of shoes here on Monday.
Well, if that's what she said, that's what she did.
Well, it's not that I don't believe her, but I need more than her word for it.
Monday morning, right? There we are. GM, Jenny Marshall.
Right.
M.A.M. A.M. is morning. Monday morning.
Do you think I could borrow that slip of paper?
Sorry, I keep that for my records.
Okay, then whatever you do, don't lose it.
Dan, look at the evidence. Every shred of it points toward your client. She's a militant activist who's even written a book about the feminine revolution.
Writing a book is not the same thing as committing murder.
Look, the lady hates men. She admitted it. Now, why don't you face it?
Dave, I don't like her attitude any more than you do, but the lady who wrote that book is too smart to do something that stupid. That's all I'm saying.
You might be right. It's a thing that's been bothering me more than anything else.
So you do admit that she could have been framed?
Between you and me?
Between you and me.
It's crossed my mind.
Good. That's good. Well, listen, you think you can drink a cool one before turning in?
You buying?
I'm buying.
Oh, he's buying. But we will not discuss the case, will we?
Wrong. We will discuss the possibility that the shoes could have been stolen at the break-in at the shoemaker and returned after the murder.
All right.
Listen. Yep. Who's there?
Late last night, George Weston, president of X-Rated Publications Incorporated, was stabbed to death in his office. Police, using the knife and slogans found at the scene, have rearrested Miss Virginia Marshall. A police spokesman told this reporter that she is the only suspect, and the police are conducting no further investigation.
Tana.
Yellow, it's me. Hi, listen, J.D. Fenton just called and says she wants to see you right away.
Yeah, I'll bet she does. I just heard that Jenny was arrested for George Weston's murder.
No kidding. Well, look, is there anything I can do for you?
Yeah, why don't you hit the street, see if you can find a connection between Luke Manning and George Weston.
Why, what could those two possibly have in common?
Well, Ben's at the moment, just one thing. They're both very dead. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Counselor?
Good morning, Mr. Tanner.
Well, not the way I see it. You wouldn't happen to know where our client was at the time of the latest murder, would you?
Dan, someone is framing her.
Well, Lieutenant Nelson and I can't seem to figure out why. You wouldn't happen to have an answer to that one, would you?
That's why I'm paying you, to find that answer.
Okay. According to my secretary, Weston bought it with a carving knife.
Of course, from a matching set that has been missing from Ginny's house for a few weeks.
That's wonderful. Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. A scarf with her exact initials and a quote from her book left at the scene of the crime.
Yeah, I read the rest of her book last night. She ruffled more than a few feathers.
Dan, you knew that when you took this case. And with that book, she also won a great deal of recognition for her organization, both public and political.
Do you think you can get her released again, Counselor?
I sure as hell am gonna try.
Are you sure you want to?
Dan, you're not convinced that she's being framed.
Evidence convinces me, Counselor. Evidence. And so far, they've got it and we haven't. Hi.
Dan, I'm scared.
Oh, well, look, take it easy, all right? It's gonna be okay.
I didn't kill him, Dan.
Yeah, well, I was reading the robbery report. It didn't say anything about a carving knife.
Well, I didn't know it was stolen. I mean, I only used it for formal dinner parties, and I haven't entertained in months.
Uh-huh.
What's gonna happen to me, Dan?
I don't know. But you got the best people available working for you.
I know I have nothing to hide.
Now, you said you took a taxi directly from your house to the hotel, right?
I put on a karate demonstration. I didn't take a cab directly. I flagged one down the street.
Well, don't you have a car?
Yeah, but the battery's dead. It is. You can check. It's still in my driveway.
Yeah. And you were going there for a karate demonstration?
You know, well, I advocate self-defense for women. It doesn't sound too good, does it?
Look, why don't you get some rest? I'm gonna talk to Nelson.
Dan, I'm scared. I haven't been so scared.
Hey, don't worry. J.D. will probably have you out of here in no time.
I don't know if I want to be released. I mean, what if somebody else gets killed?
Well, just try to be having dinner with the chief of police, huh?
Either it starts or it doesn't. You'll be the one who testifies.
Here goes nothing.
So much for that alibi.
Oh, that's not conclusive. This old junker could have conked out at that moment.
Dan, 2 murders. Both men who exploited women. Both men who were against everything she stood for.
Yeah, but the business these guys were in pick up enemies quicker than Lynn on a blue serge suit. Now, the killer could have been among their associates. There's got to be a tie-in somewhere.
All right, let me ask you a question. How long do you think it would take to break into Weston's office building, go to his office, knife him, write the slogan, and leave?
I don't know, 10 minutes?
How long do you think it would take a woman to walk from here to the Sands Hotel?
Maybe 40 minutes?
10 minutes to commit the crime, 40 minutes from here to the hotel.
Yes. All right. So what are you getting at?
At the karate demonstration last night, she was exactly 50 minutes late.
Nice suit.
You're a little late, mister. I'm already spoken for.
Yeah, well, it's still a nice suit. My name is Tanner.
P.I., huh? It's okay. You're cute. Sally Berrigan. Sit down and enjoy yourself.
Thank you. Are you aware that while we're sitting here enjoying, somebody's towing away your car?
Repossession, and it's not mine, Luke's. Luke owed everybody. Liquor stores, mortgage payments, clothing stores. He was in hock up to his eyes.
Really? Mm-hmm. I'd heard that before Luke was killed, he was making big bucks running a string of hookers. No offense.
None taken. Luke was a compulsive poker player. Mostly private games, table stakes, pot limit.
Yeah? Well, if he was bust, where was he getting his playing money?
From a shark, Fred Talbert. Luke was into him 150 big ones.
That's a heavy number.
Yeah, the only good thing about Luke buying it is knowing that Fred Talbot got stiffed. I wonder how dear Freddie's taking it.
Well, why don't you sit here and enjoy it? I'll go ask him. It's a very nice suit.
Cut the music! Okay, kids, I like the routine. I'll get in touch with you, huh?
Hi.
Joint doesn't open till 10, pal.
Uh-huh.
I know you.
The name is Tanner.
I know of you. Private Snoop.
Yeah, and I know of you. Private loan shark.
I don't like being called a shark.
Why, I didn't mind being called a snoop.
Okay. Sometimes I lend money to friends. Banks charge interest, so do I.
Just out of curiosity, did you gun down Luke Manning, or did one of your boys do it?
Look, Tanner, in my business, an arm gets broken. Sometimes a leg. But dead guys can't repay loans.
Yeah, but the word on the street was Luke had no intention of paying off.
Why am I listening to you? Why? You're bugging me, do you hear? Hey, this guy's bugging me.
Okay, fellas, all right. I know my own way out. Now, just got that jacket back from the cleaners. All that dancing and no music. Thought you had an early date. You look very nice.
Thank you. I do have a date and I'm late. By the way, Jenny Marshall is out on the streets.
Phew. If anybody ever tells you that J.D. Fenn can walk on water, you believe it.
I'll believe it. She said she'd call you in the morning. By the way, again, I am now a paid member of Alert. To join them is to know them.
Anything I should read here?
I'll run it by for you. The first vice president is Jenny Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the founder of this organization is one Jane Demarest.
Never heard of her.
Oh, really? Married a man by the name of Fenton.
Still never. Jane Demarest Fenton. J.D. Fenton.
You got it. What do you think?
I think I want to know why the famous Miss Fenton didn't bother to mention it.
Yeah, I gotta go.
You do good work.
Thank you.
Even if you didn't do good, you did good.
Okay, girls, let's line it up. Come on, move it, move it. You'll do. Too short. If I wanted boys, I would have put in a call for boys. Are those real? Forget it. It doesn't matter. Thighs too heavy. You'll do. Make sure this one can dance. Okay, girls, that's it. Put in another call, Peter. Nobody under 5'9". I'll be home till noon tomorrow, and I don't want to be disturbed by anything less than Armageddon.
I figured you'd like to be in on this one.
Who bought it?
His name's Walter Leonard.
Oh.
You know him?
Yeah, he was a choreographer. Had a reputation with the showgirls as being a rough guy.
How so?
A little sadistic. How'd he get it?
Several well-placed karate chops. And guess who teaches karate?
Oh, Dave, come on. The next thing you'd have Jenny Marshall as Jack the Ripper.
All right, come here. Thank you. We found this plaster in Leonard's left fist. He took it off of his attacker. The initials are VM, Virginia Marshall.
Well, it
It's
could have
Jenny's.
been one of the items stolen from her house, right?
You recognize that?
Yeah. Dave, it's the same M.O. as the other two killings. It's obviously a frame.
That's what you and her attorney are supposed to be proving.
Look, how many times do we have to go through this?
Dan, I am a cop. I have responsibilities. Now, somewhere out there's a maniac who has killed 3 men in less than 3 days.
It doesn't mean Jenny Marshall did it, in spite of the evidence.
Evidence is all I have to go on.
Yeah, right. So, have you brought her in?
We can't find her.
Oh, that's terrific. That's just dandy.
She's either on the run or she's holed up somewhere, but I guarantee you this. I will find her. And when I do, this time she'll stay put.
Dan, I'm sorry I'm late.
Sit down, please.
I was, shadow boxing with your friend Nelson.
Would you care for a drink?
Yes, as a matter of fact, a glass of white wine.
White wine, thank you. You know, Counselor, we cannot keep telling Nelson that Ginny's being framed without providing some evidence.
All right, why don't you provide the evidence?
Well, her taking off on the run doesn't help us any, you know?
She will not go back to that jail.
Have you talked to her?
That was a direct quote, Dan.
You know where she is?
Dan, that's privileged information.
Counselor, you are an officer of the court. You're breaking the law. You're harboring a fugitive from justice, and you're making yourself an accessory to murder. Now, Nelson has the best department in the West. He will dig her up.
That doesn't give you much time, does it?
I don't have a motive. There's no motive.
The motive seems obvious to me. To break up Alert and discredit it.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. To break up Alert, which raises another question. How come you never mentioned the fact that you nurtured, you mothered the Alert organization?
I didn't think it was important.
Everything is important.
All right, it's true. I founded Alert. But I participate in many other women's rights groups.
Yes, but Alert is the most militant of all those organizations.
That's what it's become. And I had to withdraw. And I said so publicly a few weeks ago.
Come on, Counselor.
Dan, listen to me. The cause of equal rights for women has become the motivating force in my life. But like every other movement in history, it attracts a lunatic fringe. A few weeks ago, some of the younger women started to talk about violence. I had to withdraw. It's illegal, it's self-defeating, and it turns the public against you.
Why are you defending Jenny?
Because she's a young woman in terrible trouble in a man's world. You know, I don't understand you. You're supposed to be helping me clear her.
She's not helping. You're not helping.
Dan, I want results now. Results.
Yeah, so do I, Counselor. Results. But when I get them, you may not like them.
Remember the Seamus who was here?
Tanner?
Him and the guy who works for him. What's his name?
Sounds like one of Santa Claus' reindeer.
Yeah, Blitzen or something. Anyway, they're asking questions all over town. Like, did Luke Mannings get hit because he wouldn't pay you off?
Sure made a lot of jokers pay up fast. Only it's scaring away new customers.
Thought you ought to know.
Yeah. Okay, go after Tanner. Explain the situation to him. Tell him he's bad for my business.
How hard do we talk to him?
Hard enough to make sure he needs a lot of dental work.
Hey, Manny, how's it going?
Hi, Dan. I think I got a sleeper at Belmont.
Yeah?
How's the T-Bird?
It's running good.
Good.
How the ponies running?
Running not so good.
Not so good, that's too bad.
I take it this is a social call.
Well, not exactly, Manny. What do you know about Carl Weston, Luke Mannings, and, Walter Leonard?
That's some losing parlay.
Yeah, I know. The word is that Luke was in the Sweaty Freddy for a bundle.
Yeah, and it's a pleasure to see the shark get stiffed.
Yeah, you have a lot of markers on?
And paying off like a slot machine by the rest of his clients, ever since Luke cashed in.
What's the talk?
If you're going in the water, make sure the shark is fed.
Yeah, so you think Luke was a warning?
You said that, not me. Excuse me, gotta make a bet.
Manny, you didn't answer my question.
Nobody learns anything around here. It ain't healthy.
Where do you suppose a fellow ought to look?
Under rocks, Daniel. Maybe even under Freddy the Shark's rock.
guys ever get tired of all this dancing with no music?
Well, that just about covers the interest. I'll see you boys for another payment next week, huh? Tanner? Tanner? Wait a minute, Tanner!
Your rhymes off.
Tanner, it was business. It was strictly business. Your nosing around is bad for my business.
Keep talking.
Tanner, wait a minute, Tanner. They were just going to rough you up a little, that's all. Listen, if I was guilty of murder, they would have been ordered to carve you like a turkey.
Keep talking, you got my interest.
Tanner, please, Tanner. You got my word.
Your what?
Listen. I know that clan of yours. Yeah. That Marshall dame? I knew about her from way back. She's a nut.
Because she's interested in women's rights?
Oh, I don't know nothing about women's rights. I'm talking about the way she'd make plays for married guys. Then make sure the wife would find out and split.
A lot of women break guys' hearts.
Well, not like this one. She had it down to a science, Tyler. Listen! No, she did. She had it down to a science. She used to tell the guys that fell for her that she was writing her autobiography and that she was going to name names so that their wives could find out how kinky their husbands were. Tanner, I've known a lot of crazy ladies, but this one was downright diabolical.
Diabolical?
I guess I'm not as tough as I thought I was.
Ginny, anybody who'd been through what you have might break. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Why are you hiding me?
Well, as soon as they get you back in jail, they'll stop the investigation, dear.
And you think as long as they keep looking for me that something may turn up?
Yes. And that something may be just the thing that'll clear you. I know it seems like a long shot to you, but come on, don't give up hope. I tell you what, I'll keep you posted of everything that happens. All right? And if you need me, call me on my private number, huh?
J.D.
Yes?
Thank you.
My pleasure, dear.
Thank you, Cliff. Read that.
Starting to sound like you're believing that Jenny was innocent.
Well, you said it first. Now I buy it. That lady is too bright to be so stupid.
I'm saying gold chains, scars, gloves, nothing of real value. And yet she reports furs, TVs, and diamond earrings that weren't touched. It's as if the thief was announcing his or her intentions, you know?
Yeah, you're funny. You bust your tail to clear your client. Now it sounds as though you're going after her.
Well, Dave, there's more than one her in Alert. J.D. Fenton, the founder. I have a hunch.
All right, tell me. I'll listen to anything.
I don't know, but I just have the feeling we might have outsmarted ourselves. I'll talk to you later.
Oh, wait.
Yes, Mr. Tanner. Virginia Marshall is a steady customer.
Do you have a record of recent purchases last year, say?
Yes, of course. Bought a half dozen pantyhose. They were on sale.
Yeah, well, what about shoes?
During the past year, she bought 5 pairs.
5 pairs.
I got a little mixed up. You see, everything's marked in code, and I thought it was a computer error.
What was?
But 3 weeks ago, she bought 2 pairs, both the same.
Exactly the same.
Uh-huh.
Thank you very much. Where is she? Where's Jenny?
That's privileged information.
I had to tear this place apart.
I don't understand you.
Going in. I laid it out, Counselor. If our client was innocent, I would prove it. And if she was guilty, I would prove it.
She is innocent.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. How could anybody that smart be so stupid as to leave all those clues behind and look like a frame all the way? But believe me, Counselor, she's not stupid. She's so damn smart. She knew exactly how we'd all react.
What in the world are you talking about?
I'm talking about a pair of shoes. A pair of shoes that Jenny owned that police matched to some heel marks.
Yes, of course. The shoes in the repair shop.
Yeah, the shoes that were in a repair shop, except she had two pair of shoes. Exactly the same kind.
She had two pair... Well, all right, so she had two pair of shoes. What does that prove? Nothing. That she killed somebody? She'd have to have a motive.
That's what had me banging my head against a wall. Who hated her enough to want to frame her? You know what the answer to that one is, Counselor? Nobody. Nobody.
There has to be somebody.
What do you know about her past dealings with men?
Not very much. But what the hell does that have to do with it?
Well, what if a cunning and sinister man used the word diabolical to describe her conduct with men?
I would call that a very strange choice of words.
I'd say exactly the same thing. Add that to a pair of shoes, a very strange robbery, and things start to smell.
Somebody had to steal those things from her house. They had to frame her.
Yeah, 3 weeks before the Alert organization began to demonstrate.
What the hell does that prove?
Maybe nothing. But you know, before these murders, I'd never heard of Alert.
What are you...
And now it's front page news. It's headlines.
What are you doing? Are you telling me that Ginny killed 3 men to get publicity?
And believe this, Jenny wrote an autobiography. A pretty nasty piece, if what I hear is true. And it was enthusiastically rejected by every publisher who read it. Jenny was bitter. And then she got involved with Alert. Wrote another book, The Enemies of Eve. And that one sold a couple hundred copies. Until the murders began. I just checked with her publisher. Last week alone, it sold over 100,000 copies. And on top of that, with all the commotion in the press about the murders, she just got $1 million advance for the publication rights to her autobiography, a book she could not give away before the murders.
Are you sure about that?
J.D., I approve of what the women's right is all about. But Jenny is out for Jenny. She doesn't give a damn about Alert. She's using the organization for her own gain. She's a sick, psychotic person.
I pray that you are wrong.
Let me bring her in. If she's wrong, let her prove it.
She's staying at a house that I own on the edge of town. It's 3305 South Yale. J.D. Fenton.
Hi, J.D. Listen, since I can't go out, I thought I'd call and see if you wouldn't mind picking me up some shampoo. I'm all out and I feel grimy, you know.
Yes, dear, I'm sure I can do that.
Are you okay? You sound funny. J.D.?
Ginny, tell me something. Did you recently get a great deal of money for your autobiography?
Yeah, so what?
Well, why didn't you tell me about it?
I didn't think it was important.
You didn't think...
Ginny, why did you lie to...
I didn't. Look, what is the problem here, J.D.? J.D.?
I'm sorry this had to happen. I hope it doesn't hurt the women's movement.
Bea, are you serious? We're talking about women's rights. I mean, one person's greed is not strong enough to destroy something as important as women's rights.
What do you think's gonna happen to Ginny Marshall?
And believe it or not, J.D. still wants to defend her. And now she has two clients. She's been charged herself with obstruction of justice, harboring a fugitive.
You think she'll get off?
Well, she's got the best lawyer in the business.
Good, because when the publicity on Ginny's trial comes out, we're going to need all the help we can get.
Well, as Damon Runyon once said, the fight may not be to the strong nor the race to the swift. But that's the way to bet. And I'm betting on the ladies.
Next, on Vegas, Tana is arrested for murder.
This thing stinks like a setup, and you know it, Dave.
Listen, Lieutenant. When the #1 private eye in town becomes a #1 suspect in a murder case, that's news.
No, my friend, that is not news. That is gutter journalism.
You're all I've got left now, Dan. Help me. I don't know who else I can turn to.
It has nothing to do with what I believe. I'm a police officer doing a job. You're under arrest. Murder 1. How's it look? Not good. Did you find Dan Tana yet?
It's on his way.
Oh, he better get here fast before this casino goes broke.
How am I doing? You woke me up. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. That's how I'm doing. Don't you guys ever go to sleep? This better be important.
It's important, all right. We've taken in 126,000 more in chips tonight than we signed out.
You guys woke me up at 4 o'clock in the morning to tell me that. Maybe one of your high rollers from yesterday just came back and cashed in his winnings, huh?
We were over last night, Dan, and the night before. The past week, a total of 334,000 in the hole. All on chips we didn't issue.
I love being a private detective. You mean Monty Levine? Monty, this is Tanner. Yeah, pull all the chips off the floor and issue the reserves. I don't know where Roth is. Just do it.
That isn't going to help us much, at least not immediately. It'll take days to gather in those old chips and replace them with reserves.
And that could cost us a king's ransom.
He's counterfeit?
Oh, no. No way. That's the crazy part of it. Every chip goes through the electronic coding machine every night. You know that. They're all genuine.
So we have to honor them. Okay. If it's happening here, it could be happening in other Roth hotels. Edgar, you call the Dunes. Chuck, you call the Sahara. Give me Al Braxton at the Maxim. Ron Brown at the Sahara.
Yeah, we did it quick. The chip count is way over. The house is 100,000 over in chips, more so than we started the day with. And that means we're out 100,000 cash.
Did you come up with any counterfeits?
Not one. What the hell's going on?
That's what we're trying to find out, Al. Check the figures for the last few nights. We'll get back to you.
Dune's okay.
Sahara's okay.
Okay, so far it's only the Maxim and the Desert Inn.
Dan, we're talking hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, I know. All right, check the other Roth hotels, then check the MGM and the Mint, see what the competition's doing.
Okay. I don't understand it, Dan.
You checked all these chips in their hours, right?
Yes.
So where are the extras coming from? You reached Roth yet?
We're trying. He's either in Hong Kong at a private poker game or in Bengal on a tiger hunt. We're not exactly sure which.
Terrific. Okay, let's call Clay Sumner. He's the guy who makes all these chips.
Yeah, but it's after 4 o'clock in the morning.
I know what time it is. Wake him up. Then call Lieutenant Nelson at Metro. Fill him in and ask him to come down here, all right?
Dan's right. We can't wait. We've got to act now.
How? What can we do?
There's only one thing we can do. Shut down the casino.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to circumstances beyond our control, we are sorry to announce that we have to close down the casino immediately. We appreciate your cooperation and apologize for the inconvenience. Please vacate the casino area. I repeat, the casino is now closed.
I don't believe this.
It's for real.
No, we haven't heard from Mr. Roth. We still don't know where he is. Sure, I'll call you.
Nobody knows where he is.
Ed, I understand you closed down the 2 affected casinos. I suggest you close all the others also.
Lieutenant Nelson, as it is, the Roth hotels are losing almost $250,000 every hour.
We've got to put a lid on this thing and do it fast.
All right. How many of these extra chips have you cashed?
All in all, it comes close to $2 million worth.
Does Sumner still make your chips?
Sumner makes all the chips for all the Roth hotels.
Wait a minute. Sumner had a theft last year.
That was only $50,000. And Clay Sumner reported the theft an hour after they were stolen.
And as I recall, Dan recovered the whole bundle and not a single chip was cashed.
Well, maybe this time Sumner didn't report it.
Clay Sumner's out at Lake Mead fishing. His houseboy says he'll be back first thing this morning.
It is first thing this morning. Let's grab some breakfast and get out there, man.
Good idea.
Are you crazy? Not report the theft of over $2 million in chips?
Clay, take it easy.
You think I don't know my business, Lieutenant? Let me tell you something. Making gambling chips is the same as printing money. You know why Philip Ross does business with me? My reputation. Never one chip that wasn't accounted for.
What about the 50,000 that was stolen last year?
Let me remind you, Nelson, that I was the one who called you to tell you those chips were missing. Dan here got them all back. The Roth hotels never lost a penny.
Okay. Now, look, Mr. Sumner, isn't it just possible that what happened last year could happen again?
No, it is not possible. After that incident last year, I doubled the security around here. It's the best. Tell him, Dan.
It's like the U.S. Mint.
You saw the electrified fence. There's a security guard with dogs on duty out there 24 hours a day.
He's got electronic sensors in the roof, walls, the floors.
The entire area is surveyed by closed-circuit TV. No one can get onto the factory floor unless he's with me. There's only one door to the factory. I designed and built the lock, and there's only one key. Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Sumner. I saw the lieutenant come in. Is everything all right?
Everything's just fine, Eddie. Thanks.
Sorry to disturb you.
See, Dave, if anybody tries to walk out of this factory with a chip in his pocket, it triggers an electronic alarm. There's a code built into each chip, and a sensor would pick it up.
All right, Mr. Sumner. I want a list of your employees and their addresses. We'll be issuing some warrants.
Be right back.
Sally, could you give me a complete list of everybody who works here?
He's a good man, Dave. Did you take it easy on him?
I'll do the best I can. In the meantime, you get yourself some sleep. You look terrible.
All right.
Thatcher.
How about a statement for the paper?
Thatcher, what are you doing here?
The same as you. My job.
I'm conducting an investigation. End of statement.
I heard there's some big money involved. Over $1 million.
No comment. I'll talk to you later, Dan.
See you, Dave.
Hey, Tanner. You investigating this, too? What's the action? Old man Sumner run off a few extra for his private collection?
Clay Sumner is an honest man. Why don't you print that in your paper?
Ah, that's right. He's a friend of yours, isn't he?
Yeah, he's my friend. Print that, too.
Man, have a drink.
Afraid it's a little early for me.
You know, there's no way this whole thing could have happened. But it did, so I guess I'll have to take the responsibility.
Hey, we'll sort it out. Don't worry.
Dan, you've been like a son to me. In some ways, even closer than Brad. You know, it's hard to believe it's been 6 months since he was killed.
He's gone, Clay. It's time you accepted that.
I know, but it is difficult. And I was kind of hard on him, you know. He was never strong, steady like you. I always hoped he'd learn from you.
I could never get close to Brad. I tried. I don't know what happened. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, and he was kind of weak, I know, but I always felt that he would grow into the man that you are. If he just had a little more time. And if I'd been a better father.
Let it rest, Clay.
Well, you're all I've got left now, Dan. Help me. Clear my name. I don't know who else I can turn to.
What, are you crazy? Where are your brains? You know better than to come up here.
Brad, they've been to the plant, and they've been to my place with a search warrant. They know.
They don't know. Nobody has any idea that I copied this from my old man. Now, look, they may sniff around a little, but they'll never be able to prove anything. Because I'm dead, remember?
I'm telling you, Brad, they're on to us. You know, you said they never realized anything until we were out of town. But you've only passed half the chips.
Eddie, we've been working on this for a long time. Don't blow it now by losing your nerve.
You know, Dan Tanner, he's gonna figure it out. It's just a matter of time.
Dan Tanner. You know, I have had it up to here with Dan Tanner. For the last 5 years, all my old man ever said was, why don't you be more like Dan Tanner? Stand on your own 2 feet, control your temper. Show them you got guts. Well, I am gonna prove to them that I am smarter and tougher than Dan Tanner ever was.
You scare me, Brad. I mean, why are you doing this to your old man? Look, I can't handle it anymore. I want out. Please, just give me my share now.
Hey, come on, Eddie.
Brad, please. I want out.
All right. That's the way you want it, Eddie. I'll get the money and bring it to your place tonight. But when I cash in the rest of the chips, you better not be back here sniffing around for more.
I'm coming. Just hold it. Yeah, right. Cindy. Hey, what happened to your face? What happened? What's the matter?
It's nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
It's just some guy had too much to drink.
What guy? What guy? Where is he? I'll get him. What?
It's all right, really. He drank too much.
You want some ice or something? Does that hurt?
No, it's all right. I just,
I don't like anybody beating up my friends, especially my pretty friends.
No, I'm okay. I didn't want to go home. He might show up there. I was wondering if I could stay here.
Sure, yeah. Why don't you take my bed and I'll sleep on the couch.
No, it's all right, really. I can sleep on the couch. You look bushed.
Okay. You want to talk about it?
Maybe in the morning.
Hey, where you been? I've seen you in the last couple of months. You didn't even show up at Brad's memorial service.
Yeah, well, Clay Sumner and I never really got along. He never thought I was good enough for his son.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk tomorrow, huh? Good night.
Dan? Why couldn't it have been you I fell for?
Go to sleep.
Yeah. Hey, bring my money?
Right here.
Brad, I'm really sorry for bailing out on you. But you got all the chips, huh? You don't need me anymore.
It's okay, Eddie. Everything's gonna be all right. I'm gonna fix it so that everyone will figure Dan Tanner ripped off the chips.
Yeah? How you gonna do that?
It's so simple, it's almost funny. Tanner knows the security at the plant like the back of his hand. Who else is closer to Clay Sumner? Obviously, he made a copy of the old man's key.
Yeah?
You know, I'd like to see the expression on my father's face when he finds out Danny Boy has his price like everybody else.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna believe that Dan Tanner could run off all those chips all by himself.
It's a good point, Eddie. Except, in my scenario, he has a man working with him on the inside, you see. And when the dice get cold, he kills him to keep his mouth shut. I'm really sorry, Eddie.
Hey, Brad.
Snake eyes. Hey, come on. You snap out of it.
Oh, God. What are you doing to Dan?
Just remember your kid. You love your kid, don't you? Cindy? Like I promised, I won't lay a finger on him as long as you keep your mouth shut. But if you don't...
I'll do whatever you say. I swear.
Yeah. I kind of thought you would.
Morning.
Good morning.
Do you have a lover's quarrel with somebody?
No, I'm running a home for wayward girls, didn't you know?
Where is she?
I don't know. Cindy? Cindy? How do you like that? She didn't even leave a tip for the maid.
You're in the paper again, boss. Stu Thatcher's column on the first page.
Do me a favor, don't read it to me. It's a little early for a hatchet job.
Okay, you want some breakfast?
Just some coffee. I gotta grab a shower and get over to see Clay again.
Dan, I've just been through our entire stock of raw material. Each casino has its own color chips, you know. I don't know how it could have happened, but we're short enough of the Roth colors to make twice the number of chips you've already picked up.
Another 2 million. What about the blanks? Did somebody steal the blanks out of here and finish the chips somewhere else?
No, that would need a special machine. Yeah. Yeah, he's right here. See you, Dan.
Yeah. Where? Okay, I'll be there in 5 minutes. One of your employees said Stolvak was just murdered.
Cleaning lady found the body.
You got a time of death?
Yeah, rough cuts about 4 a.m. One slug, 45, 357. Went right through him. We gotta dig it out of the wall.
Got anything else?
Yeah. How does 20,000 in chips grab you? We found them in his suitcase.
You didn't happen to find 2 million in cash, did you?
No, but we found something else. Found that machine there. It looks like it could stamp out some chips.
Well, that's got to be it, right? They copied one of Sumner's machines. They boosted the blanks with electronic codes already built in. And they finished the chips here.
You keep saying they. Are you trying to tell me that you figured that he was working with somebody who killed him because of the money?
Well, Davey didn't commit suicide.
Where will you be?
Be at my place, trying to put this all together.
Who's your stiff?
No comment at this time, Thatcher, but a request. Stop bird-dogging me.
Okay, I'll tell you. The guy they just wheeled out of here is Eddie Stolvak, an employee of Sumner, and he's been murdered.
Where'd you get that?
I figured you'd want to see this before you read it in my paper. Look at the postmark. I bet it was mailed before Stolvak was murdered. Delivered to my paper this morning.
Dan Tanner ordered me to make a replica machine and run off 4 million in extra chips. He said it was for a test of casino security. Tanner threatened to kill me if I tell anybody, signed Edward C. Stolvak. Are you crazy? Even the signature is printed. Anybody could have concocted this, including somebody who has a grudge against Tanner.
Well, I find that a very strange attitude for the investigating officer to take.
You have to be putting me on. You're not really saying that you're gonna print some of this.
Listen, Lieutenant. When the #1 private eye in town becomes a #1 suspect in a murder case, that's news.
No, my friend, that is not news. That is gutter journalism.
Uh-huh. Tell me, what caliber piece does Tanner carry?
He carries a 357.
I'll bet you a week's pay that the ballistics report says that's what killed Stolvak.
Now, for your information, there are a lot of 357s floating around out there.
Yeah. I understand that Tanner and Clay Sumner were very cozy.
What does that mean?
You put it together, Lieutenant. That's what we pay you for.
So who do you think did it? I mean, the way you described the security at the factory, you'd have to be a ghost to get through.
Yeah, a ghost. Lindsay, remember that 50,000 in chips that turned up missing at Sumner's plant a year ago?
Yeah, I remember. You got all the chips back, but you couldn't nail anybody for it.
Right. I never told anybody this, not even Clay, but it was Brad who was boosting those chips.
He stole from his own father?
I didn't have the kind of evidence that you could take to the district attorney, but it was Brad I knew, and Brad knew I knew.
Well, no. Well, wait a minute. Listen, Brad Sumner died in a plane crash in the jungles of Brazil.
Yeah, a private plane. Now, I know it might sound crazy, but I think Brad could be our ghost. Benzer, I want you to go down to the newspaper, dig into the back files, then check with the State Department, get everything you can on that crash, all right?
Well, I think you're crazy, but I'm gonna do it because that's the kind of guy I am. Bye.
Things are getting that bad we've got to eat bologna?
Well, I like bologna.
Hello, Benzer.
Hi, Lieutenant.
Mind if we come in?
Hey, Dave, you want some lunch?
No, thank you, Dan. Sorry for the interruption, but as you know, it's my duty to check out all leads.
Every lead?
Yes. Just a routine search. Ed? It seems that there's this newspaper reporter.
Some newspaper reporter.
That's right. Who received a letter implicating you in Eddie Stolvak's death.
Lieutenant, you can't be serious.
It's all right, be relaxed. We'll count the silverware when they leave.
We couldn't warn you in advance, because then the search wouldn't be valid.
Of course not.
Can I have your car keys, please?
Sure, they're right here. While you guys are at it, Pete lost an earring here last week. Maybe we can find it for her.
We'll try. Dugan, check out the car.
Lieutenant,
Yes?
I found these in the bathroom.
Hey, come on, Dave. Somebody planted that.
All right. I want each item labeled, and I want a note made of the exact time that it was found, and I want it done by the book.
Lieutenant!
Yes.
Full of chips.
Now, would I be dumb enough to stash this stuff in my own place? Come on.
What do you expect me to do, Dan? Pretend like I didn't see it? Sweep it under the rug? I can't do that. Give me your piece. When's the last time you cleaned this?
Last week. Why?
We better go downtown.
Dave, you can't be serious.
Get your coat, Dan.
This thing stinks like a setup, and you know it, Dave.
There was $20,000 deposited in your personal account this morning.
It's all in cash in a night deposit? Come on, anybody could do that. I mean, I'm smarter than that.
Also, the ballistic test proved conclusively that the bullet that killed Stovak came from your gun and only your prints were on it.
They really covered all the bases, didn't they?
Yep, you're in a bad jam. Now, on the way over here, you told me at the time of the murder you were home last night with a young woman by the name of Cindy Morgan.
Cindy Morgan. Why don't you just ask her?
I'm gonna do just that. Newhart, bring in Cindy Morgan, please. Miss Morgan, would you like a seat?
No, I'm fine, thank you. Hi, Dan.
Hi, Cindy.
Miss Morgan, where were you last night between the hours of 4 and 6 a.m.?
I was at home in bed, Lieutenant.
Cindy, tell him the truth.
You mean you weren't at Dan Tanner's place?
Dan's? No, I haven't seen Dan in months.
She came knocking at my door in the middle of the night with some song and dance about being beaten up. Where's the black eye, Cindy?
Beat up? Dan, I'm sorry. I'd like to help. But I was home asleep last night.
All right, Miss Morgan. Get her sworn statement, Newhart, and put her in a car and send her home. You better get yourself an attorney, Dan.
Don't tell me you really believe all this.
It has nothing to do with what I believe. I'm a police officer doing a job. You're under arrest. Murder 1.
Hey, come on, come on. Hey, come on. Man. Miss me already, huh?
I've arranged bail.
You've arranged bail. Just get me out of here.
Yes, since my specific recommendation, the judge is releasing you on your own recognizance until a preliminary hearing. At which time the court will hear a motion by the district attorney.
Would you tell him to open the door? Thanks.
Let's go.
I'm starting to wonder whether you thought I really pulled this thing off.
Well, somebody's wrapped you up pretty good in a ribbon. So I figured the best way for you to unravel it is just be on the outside and do your own thing.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
Dan, look, I'm putting everything on the line. My badge, my pension, and my peace of mind. Don't blow it.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Where are you going to start?
Well, I'm going to start by finding Brad Sumner.
What?
Look, what if he's not dead? What if he went to Brazil, rented a plane, and faked the crash?
Good luck.
Hey, Dave. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
Hi, here's your keys. Listen, I think you're losing your objectivity on this thing.
What do you mean?
Listen to me. I mean, Brad Sumner is dead. You know what I mean? You can't have a conversation with him. He's just dead.
Benzer, where's your proof?
Mr. Research. Here is a death certificate, signed and stamped. A deposition from the prospector who found the wreck and the body in the jungle and brought back Brad's personal effects and identification.
But he didn't bring the body back.
Didn't bring the body back. Well, maybe it was a long schlep from the jungle.
Benzer, how much do you suppose it would cost to buy a deposition like this or a birth certificate in the middle of a South American jungle? How about 5 pesos and a chicken?
I guess it'd be real cheap.
Yes. You see, Cindy Morgan and Brad Sumner were very close for nearly 5 years, and then it went sour. And he scared her, Benz, very badly.
Oh, but so what?
So I think he's alive and well and living in Las Vegas. Ben, Cindy Morgan is a very nice girl. But Brad is one guy who could threaten her, could scare her enough to make her set me up.
Maybe that's why she disappeared.
What do you mean, disappeared?
Well, after you got busted, me and B decided to keep a watch on Cindy. I mean, just in case you were right, and maybe she could lead us to Brad. Well, she hasn't been around. And her neighbor said she hasn't seen her since yesterday.
Did the neighbor say anything about a gentleman caller?
Yeah, but she didn't get a good look at him.
Okay, go to Cindy's house, stake it out, don't leave the place. You did good, Benz, real good.
Business. Let's take a short break.
Vicky.
Dan, I've been trying to reach you.
Yeah?
What's happening? They're talking about a layoff if the casino shuts down, and I've got to pay my rent.
Yeah, everybody does. I'm doing my best. Hope you can help me.
Name it.
Listen, you used to be good friends with Cindy Morgan, right?
Right.
Do you know where I can find her?
Dan, I haven't seen her in months. She spends a lot of time with Tommy.
Who's Tommy?
Her kid. I saw him once. Cutest little guy you ever saw.
I didn't know she had a kid.
Yeah, she never really told anyone. You know, guys turn off on a girl with a kid.
Yeah. Is the boy here in town?
She has him at some kind of private nursery school.
Do you know which one?
No idea. Dan, why are you so interested in the kid?
It just might explain something she said. Thanks. Give me an outside line, please.
Ten investigations.
Cindy had a son. His name's Tommy. He's got some Nursery school. See if you can locate it for me, huh?
Okay. Where do I reach you?
I'll be standing where you are in 10 minutes. Tana.
I hit pay dirt the first time, Dan. I found Cindy's kid, Mary Muffet's nursery on Grove.
Any sign of his mother?
No, but I just talked to the principal, and Cindy just called him. She's picking up Tommy in a half hour.
I'll be there.
Okay.
Thank you for seeing me.
Sit down. All right, girl. Out with it. What is it you want?
I hate to come to you like this, but I have no one else to turn to.
Brad told me he was finished with you before he went away.
Yes, he's finished with me, Mr. Sumner. But I'm sure that he didn't tell you that I have a child. 4 years ago. Brad's child.
Miss, isn't it just a little bit late to be coming to me with a story like this?
It isn't what you think. Tommy's my child, and I can take care of him. But Brad has threatened to hurt him.
What?
Brad said he would kill Tommy if I didn't help him pass the chips he stole. And that was bad enough. But then he framed Dantana for murder. Oh, God, he made me help him.
You mean you've seen Brad? Are you telling me that my son is alive?
Yes. And he's sick, Mr. Sumner. I think he always was. Twisted. And I think he would do it. I think he would hurt Tommy.
My God.
I just have to get Tommy away from here, somewhere where Brad won't find him. I don't care about myself. Please, help us.
Yes, of course. Here, take this. Maybe this will help. Tell me something. Where is Brad now?
He's taken an apartment in the Fremont building.
Fremont building?
Number 228. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna call the police?
No, I don't think so. I think I'll take care of this myself.
Thank you. Tommy! Hey! Hi. Tommy, listen. We're going away on a vacation. We're leaving right now.
Now? But our star's winning, Mommy.
I know, darling. But we gotta go now. We're not even gonna pack.
Cindy? Hi there, partner. How you doing? Listen, how about you going over there playing for a while so I can have a talk with your mom, all right? It's a great-looking kid. So is that the plan, Cindy? You take Tommy and start running? You'll be afraid for the rest of your life. You fear it can be like some kind of disease. It'll infect your son. Is that the kind of life you want for him?
What else can I do?
If you tell the police the truth, they'll protect you and Tommy.
They'll put Brad away and he'll never hurt you again.
Dan, he threatened to hurt Tommy. I was so afraid. I know it was terrible what I did to you. And I'm sorry about Mr. Sumner. I know it was a great shock to him, but I had to tell him.
You talked to Clay Sumner?
I was desperate. He gave me some money.
Did you tell him that Brad was alive?
He wanted to know where he was.
Where is he, Cindy? Cindy, please tell me.
He's at an apartment at the Fremont, room 228.
Call Nelson, tell him where I am.
What are you doing here?
I might ask you the same question, Clay.
It's true, Dan. I didn't want to believe it, but it's true. My own son.
You did your best, Clay. You were the best father you knew how to be.
Go ahead, Dad, shoot. Go ahead, shoot. Shoot!
Clay, wait a second.
Well, you can't shoot Dan. I mean, he's the son you always wanted to have. Not, weak like me. Well, I'm gonna kill him. Right in front of you. Right now.
Good thinking, Monty. We just might have to do something.
Open it
like
up,
that.
Monty. Edgar, we're back in business.
Really, Dan?
We recovered $1.5 million in cash and all the rest of the chips.
Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful. Boys and girls, we're back in business.
Hey, how's Mr. Sumner?
You know, he's taking a lot better than I thought. Yeah, you know, he realized a long time ago that he lost Brad, and now he's got a grandson to look after. Cindy and Tommy moved in with him.
No kidding.
Yep.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, Desert Inn is pleased to announce the casino is now open. We apologize for the shutdown.
You know, it wasn't such a bad plan.
What?
So I'm telling you, you print up 2 or 3 million of these, you got food money for a month. But you'd have to be careful. Meticulous, even. I mean, you'd have to think it all out, hit all the hotels at once, scram out of town. That's not a bad, that's a good plan.
That's a terrible plan.
Why?
Haven't you learned anything from this? Binzer, A, it's impossible. B, it's against the Boy Scout code. C, most importantly, it's a felony. Catch a very bad cold in a damn cell. It's against the moral fibers of this country, Binzer.
Are you kidding me? It's the American dream. It's why people come to town to make a killing. Listen, it's the same thing as with gambling.
Yeah.
But like with gambling, you can't do it at random. You've got to have a plan.
A system.
A system. You got to know what you're doing. Very careful, meticulous. You place your bets, you know what you're doing. You know.
love Las Vegas.
Next on Vegas, a mysterious blonde pits Tana against a famous Grand Prix driver in a race against death.
I turned this town upside down looking for some mysterious blonde who's trailing another friend of mine, and my friend on the police department and the same blonde have a conspiratorial silence going. You're trying to tell me that one of the greatest champions of all time is smuggling drugs?
That's right.
Looks like you're keeping busy, kid. Here's the money. I'll get back to you with the details.
I'm through. I'm not gonna buy any more cars for you. I can't take the chance.
Hold it. The auction is 2 days from now. I don't think it'd be wise to back out on me now.
I've been nosing around here, and I don't like it. I can't take that chance. I got a good thing here in this garage, and I don't want to blow it.
Look, it's my money that keeps you in this grease ball. And as far as the Fed's concerned, he's no longer around.
You hear me? But you're not listening. Nothing you can say is gonna change my mind. I'm through, that's it. Look, we've been a lot together. Why don't you take a walk?
I don't believe it. Well, State, fearless mechanic. All those years in the pits with Formula Ones ripping in and out, and you're scared.
Yeah, I'm scared. Scared of facing a 10-year rap like anybody else.
Listen, Tate isn't gonna buy any more cars.
I thought you told me he was your boy. You know something, Marsh? I ought to make you clean up your own mess. Mr. Tate, I'd very much like to talk to you. You unfortunately picked the wrong time and the wrong people to change your mind. Hey! Terrific. Magnificent!
Well, she's straight off the boat from Belgium. What do you think of her, Danny?
She is magnificent. Just beautiful.
It's been in that box 2 months and started right up for you.
Purring like a kitten in a dairy barn.
Well, look, just to make sure, why don't we take her for a little spin?
Are you serious?
Never been more serious about anything. Look, a little showmanship can only help the price. Hey, you're looking a lot better than last time I saw you in Dallas at the Classic Car Show.
Well, just a little clean living. Good, clean living, you know?
Oh, well, we're gonna do all we can in the next couple of days at aging you a little bit, okay?
You got yourself a deal, pal.
Still driving that 57 T-Bird?
Yep, running as sweet as ever. Tate just had it repainted for me.
You know, a guy in your line of work really shouldn't be driving a classic like that. You're gonna put it through a building one of these days.
Oh, you'd love that, wouldn't you? Then the price of the ones that you own would go sky high, right?
You got me all wrong, my friend.
Oh, sure I do.
No, it would really hurt me to see that car bent up, so why don't you sell it to me?
No, I don't think so, but I'll trade you straight across the board for this, huh?
Oh. With a horse trader's attitude like that, you're in the wrong business.
Well, I like what I'm doing, and I love Las Vegas.
Well, I guess that's all that's important.
You must be pretty happy doing what you're doing. You're doing very well selling these cars.
Well, it pays the rent.
Justin!
Hey, Harmon, you get uglier by the day.
Dana.
Hi, I couldn't get you on the car phone.
B, I've been driving a dream. What's up?
Lieutenant Nelson just called. He wants you to meet him at Tate's garage. He says it's urgent.
On my way.
I'll sure be happy to.
Listen, partner, I gotta take off.
Where you headed for?
I got a little business to take care of.
Well, look, I'm gonna check into the DI and find some clean socks, and why don't you give me a call there later?
All right, you got it.
Okay?
See you later.
Take care. Hey, how's it going?
Found your name by the telephone in his office.
And we were friends. Justin Marsh introduced me when I bought the T-Bird. I wouldn't let anybody else work in my car.
Well, he was shot twice. Witnesses saw two men speed away in the car at the time of death.
You know, for 2 years he worked in my car. Last time I brought it in, he drove it all the way to Barstow to buy a valve spring. Didn't charge me a thing. He said maybe someday he'd need a favor.
Maybe he was going to try to collect. Your name was on top of everything on his desk.
Must have been expecting trouble. Why do people always put off the important things? Mind if I look around?
Sure, the lab boys are through.
Tate bought some pretty expensive cars. I wonder if this is what he wanted to talk to me about.
You will keep me posted.
Now, girls, you're going to be serving drinks to the potential buyers, the guys with the bidder's tickets. You see somebody bidding on a car, get the drink to them right away. Keep them happy. That's what I want you to do. You keep them lubricated, because the more happy they are, the more money they're going to spend, the more cars they're going to buy, all right? And that's what we're all here for, okay? You got it straight?
Is that Armored Cox, the auctioneer?
It is.
My name is Dan Tanner. I'm a private investigator. Would you mind telling me I'd like to talk to him for a minute?
Okay, wait there.
There's a private dick over there named Tanner wants to talk to you. That ex-wife of mine just won't give up, will she? Throw him out.
The boss wants us to throw him out.
Hey, look, guys, I'm not looking for any trouble.
You don't have to. It's here. You got a light?
I don't smoke.
Somehow that figured. Well, my ex-wife's hiring better help these days. Okay, give me the summons.
I'm no paper carrier, Mr. Cox. I want to talk about a friend of mine, Wells Tate.
Wells Tate. Tate. Man, the name sounds familiar.
Well, from some clippings I read, he bought 3 of his 4 cars from your auctions. In California and right here in Las Vegas.
Wait a minute. Sure, I know him. Yeah, I remember him now. You know something? He turned right around and sold those cars for just exactly what he paid for them.
Well, why do you suppose he did that?
Beats hell out of me. Not very good business. Is Tate some kind of trouble?
Somebody murdered him.
And you think the auction's involved, right?
Well, like you said, Mr. Cox, he didn't exactly exercise good judgment when it came to your auctions.
Look here, Tanner. I take it you knew Tate. Okay? That makes 2 of us. Now, he was your friend. He was my client. I run a tight ship, and I don't want anybody thinking otherwise. You're a private investigator. You find out who killed him. I'll pay the freight. And if it's got something to do with my auction, I want to know about it.
Get yourself a deal, Mr. Cox. But I don't pull any punches.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Nice doing business with you, Mr. Tanner.
Tell me something. Those guys aren't really Texans, are they?
Now that your flaky friend is dead, what do you intend to do for a buyer?
You worry too much. I'll take care of it.
I'll give you till tomorrow afternoon to work it out. One more thing. I think you should stop worrying about the past. Because it's the present that might get you killed.
Of the 1974 French Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. And what a race it's been on this warm, sunny afternoon in the south of France. It's been a non-stop battle for first place between 2 of the giants in the Grand Prix circuit, Justin Marsh and Bobby Reynolds. These 2 veterans have left the rest of the field far behind in their constant jockeying for position to see who will cross the finish line first and win the coveted trophy. And now Justin Marsh leads by inches as they come out of the hairpin turn and accelerate into the straightaway. But wait! Look! Marsh and Reynolds have locked wheels on the straightaway, and Marsh's car is burst into flames! He's hit the retaining wall! The car is engulfed in fire! Oh, ladies and gentlemen, one of the top race car drivers in the world may be gone!
Hello.
Justin, it's Dan. I'm sorry it took so long getting back to you, but it's been a real heavy day.
No, that's all right, Danny. I was just trying to beat the jet lag.
Listen, how about some dinner?
Yeah, that's great. You name it.
8 o'clock?
You got it. I'll see you there.
All righty.
Okay. Thank you very much. You can go away now.
You are the worst.
I never change. You know that.
Listen, so how's Janet? I see she still doesn't like to travel with you.
You don't get out a whole hell of a lot, do you? Janet and I got divorced 2 years ago. I hear she's gonna get married pretty soon to some real estate salesman.
Sorry, I didn't.
Ah, come on. You know how I am, Dan. I like my freedom for openness. And Janet's a great girl, a lot of class, and she really deserves a lot better than me. I mean, all I could ever give her was see after the 500, after Daytona, after the Grand Prix. Listen to me, I'm rambling on like a schoolboy. Hey, cheers.
You got it.
I'm gonna meet some people, about 11. We're gonna catch a second show and have a drink afterwards. You wanna join us?
I'd love to, but I got some business to take care of.
What's the matter, you don't like me anymore?
I don't like you that much.
You're a rat.
Pardon me, aren't you Justin Marsh, the race driver?
Yes, I am.
I saw you in Daytona. Say, listen, would you mind autographing this napkin?
Sure. Where are you going?
Be right back, relax. My brother-in-law.
Who is it? What's his name?
Hi. Didn't I see you this morning taking pictures of Justin Marsh, right? Mind telling me why?
Well, some men are worthy of attention.
My name is Tanner. My friends call me Dan.
I suppose that keeps them from confusing you with Bob or Fred. Is that right, Mr. Tanner?
I know you'd love for me to join you, but I've made other plans. Well,
that's a pretty lady. Do you have any luck?
Yeah, all bad.
Now, that's why you look so young. I'm gonna head out. Why don't you come by the convention center in the morning and take a look at the cars?
Good, I planned on it. I'll buy you breakfast.
Got a better idea. Why don't you pay for dinner, and I'll buy you breakfast. See you later, Danny.
Remember me? My name is Dan.
I thought I made it clear, Mr. Tanner, that I am not interested.
Well, I think you are. First the auto show, then dinner, now following Marsh towards the exit.
Look, if you don't leave me alone, I am going to call a cop.
Be my guest.
All right. I can explain everything. But, you think maybe we could do it over a drink?
Absolutely.
Listen to me, Mr. Tanner. Now that I have you in the midst of all these people, I want you to know that I don't intend to explain anything. Now, in a moment, I'm going to get up and walk away. I don't want you to interfere. And I don't want you to try and follow me. Do you understand?
Nobody gets everything they want.
I'm warning you, Mr. Tanner. Don't interfere.
Jana.
Dan, it's B. I've been trying to reach you. Binzer's in the Raffles bar. He found the blonde that got away from you last night.
She's in room 906.
Thanks, B. I'm on my way to the Desert Inn right now.
Who is it?
Bellman.
Oh, how beautiful. Oh, thank you.
Dan, let me introduce you to Miss Laurie Turner, special agent for the DEA. Miss Turner, Dan Tanner.
DEA, as in Drug Enforcement Administration.
That's right.
I was right. I knew you weren't a photographer. I mean, you covered too well in the restaurant, and you got out of the bar a little too smoothly.
Thank you. And now that you know who I am and can respect my intelligence, I'd appreciate it if you would stay away from Justin Marsh and keep out of my way.
What I'm going to do is ask you the question one more time. Why are you following Justin Marsh?
I think you should tell him, Miss Turner. Dan can be completely trusted.
Miss Turner, I think you should tell him Dan can be trusted. What the hell's going on here anyway? Does it bother anybody that I'm trying to find the murderer of a friend of mine? I turned this town upside down looking for some mysterious blonde who's trailing another friend of mine, and my friend on the police department and the same blonde have a conspiratorial silence going.
Not nearly as much as it bothered me, Mr. Tanner, when I found my partner's body floating in a Florida swamp half eaten by alligators.
I really set myself up for that one, didn't I? Sorry.
So am I. So is his wife. So are his 3 children. And just as sure as I'm standing here, it was your friend, Justin Marsh, that put him in that swamp.
Now, why would Justin Marsh want to kill a DEA agent?
Look, I have information that Justin Marsh is a major heroin smuggler. Now, he uses the classic car auction as a front. Travels all over the world buying cars. He refinishes them, puts the dope in the cars, ships them in to be sold.
You're trying to tell me that one of the greatest champions of all time is smuggling drugs?
That's right. That's exactly what I'm saying.
That doesn't make any sense. I mean, he makes enough money selling those cars.
Well, I hate to disappoint you, but when your friend quit racing, the only thing he had to his name was a reputation. And he met a guy by the name of Arthur Rollins, who showed him how he could make a few bucks.
Apparently, Dan, this happened about 5 years ago. Then old-fashioned greed set in, and Justin Marsh is in the thick of it.
Well, if you hotshots have all this information and evidence, why don't you just arrest Marsh and confiscate his car, huh?
Well, it was my partner that got onto Marsh last month. And I want all of them, Tana. Marsh, Rollins, everybody associated with it.
Now, are you trying to tell us that your people are ready to pounce on them as soon as they buy the car?
No, you see, they don't buy the car themselves. They recruit buyers.
Tate must have been involved. That's why I didn't have to make a profit reselling the cars. That never made any sense.
Well, he probably tried to quit.
So they killed him.
That's right. He bought every car from Justin Marsh.
I know. I've known Justin for so long, it's just hard for me to believe it.
Well, I think the Justin Marsh that you knew, I think he died a long time ago. And I really would like to get this one.
How would you like to take a walk into the lion's den tonight?
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
You will. I'll pick you up at 8.
Town Investigations.
B, I want you to check out a few things for me.
Fire away.
First, I want you to check on Justin Marsh's finances for the last 5 years.
Your friend, Justin Marsh?
Yep. And then call Mary at the State Department and see if you can get a record of his travels.
Can I ask you what this is all about?
I'm just double-checking someone's information.
For them?
No, for myself.
Hello, Justin. Just stopping by to remind you that it is time to find a buyer.
Well, if worse comes to worse, Rollins, we can always use one of your gorillas.
You know, Justin, your attitude is beginning to sour. It's not good. Not good for you at all. Why don't you go down and play with those little pretty cars? Get into a good mood, huh? That way you won't do a stupid thing.
Look, if you're trying to say something to me, why don't you just say it?
Driving around in town with a detective in a car that's loaded with heroin is not the act of an intelligent man, now is it?
Tanner's a friend of mine. I know that's difficult for you to understand because you don't have any friends.
Now, we checked out your friend. And he has a reputation much too smart to be used as a front man. For that reason, I bought my friend Ben. He's not known on the West Coast. He'll sort of stick around you, you know, in case you find out that Tanner is smarter than you thought he was.
Listen to me. You lay one finger on Tanner, and I'll make you sorry you ever heard my name.
You know something? I'm beginning to feel that you're not interested in getting a buyer. And I don't like that at all.
I'm worried. Excuse me.
How's it going?
I thought race car drivers made a lot of money.
Well, some do and some don't.
But Justin Marsh was $50,000 in debt when he quit driving.
What? He was a world champion. I thought he retired with a race car full of money.
No, but it didn't take him long. A year after he quit, he was worth $230,000.
You've been working. What about now?
$700,000.
Holy mackerel.
Hey, you just got here. Where are you going?
Go talk to a rich ex-race car driver.
You know, I won the Daytona in a Maserati. It reminds me a lot of this car. That was the year that Damon Sims got killed. Or was it the year before that? Who remembers and who cares? You know, Danny, I was always sure I was gonna die behind the wheel. When that didn't happen, now I find myself selling these damn things.
Well, I've heard that selling can be dangerous, too.
What do you mean by that?
Well, our old buddy Tate, he bought 4 of your cars, resold them without a penny's profit, and now he's dead.
You really don't think I had anything to do with that?
Did you?
You know, I'm just gonna pretend you didn't say that, Danny. I think you're working too hard, Danny. See you at the party.
it's me. That private cop in Morris just had an interesting conversation.
I'm not going to play 20 questions with you. What is it?
Well, I'd say the two just finished playing a little word game with each other. And I think Tanner suspects everything.
All right, now you listen to me. Tanner's going to be at the party tonight. I want it to be his last. You got that?
All right.
Howdy, ma'am. Step right over to the bar. Daniel!
Harmon.
Glad you could make it, boy.
Laurie Turner, I'd like to meet Harmon Cox, a good old Texas boy.
My pleasure, ma'am. Now take this lovely lady over there and get her a drink of bubbly.
All right.
I'll catch up with you later. Doc!
You're welcome.
2, please.
Well, well, well. There he is.
You saw that race? Well, that was truly one of Jimmy Clark's better races.
Why don't you go join the party? I'll bring the champagne.
That's your girlfriend?
She's a friend of mine.
Pretty young girl. You wouldn't want to hurt, would you?
No.
I think we should talk. Yeah, you wouldn't need those. This way.
He didn't say anything about a gun.
Hey, you know, Tanner, you've been so concerned about Tate. I'm gonna find you a nice little plot right next to his.
I didn't think you were paying attention.
Well, actually, I wasn't. See, I was looking for the powder room.
He wouldn't say a word. I don't think you'll get much out of him.
Not even his name.
Well, I'll just have to take him down to Metro and see if his fingerprints are more talkative.
Look, let me know if you get an ID on him.
Where will you be? Mingling with the guests.
Oh. Shall we?
It was one of those hot, humid days that you could only get in Monte Carlo. I come racing into the pits and complaining about how hot it was, and my mechanic says, "Why don't you take off your pants?" Well, we were running 4th place. It didn't matter. I knew I wasn't going to win, so I took my pants off, climbed back in the car, go back out on the track, and all of a sudden...
You know, despite the evidence, I still can't believe Justin's involved.
Well, despite all the training, it's all I can do to keep from nailing him on the spot.
Crawl out of the car right away because all I had on was my fireproof long johns. Should have seen those pictures.
Oh, I have to tell you, this is really frustrating. There are 2 pounds of pure heroin hidden somewhere in that old Lincoln. $3 million if it hits the streets.
So what's your plan?
Well, if I was small enough, I'd go over to the exhibit area, just sort of slide right into the exhaust pipe, stay there until the car was delivered from the dummy buyer to the dope dealer.
Don't you think it'd be a better idea if they came to us?
Sure I do. Think maybe I should run an ad in the paper? I mean, I could say something like, drug enforcement agent seeks companionship with dope dealer. Call such and such.
No, I think it's about time you made a phone call to your rich uncle.
You know, Justin, I just don't like what has been going on at all. Your little private eye is still alive and nosing around with some blonde that nobody knows. And one of my men is in jail.
I told you not to mess with Tanner. You just wouldn't listen, would you? Now, I'm telling you one more time. I don't want you to bother Tanner.
You know something? You need a psychiatrist. You seem to have a terribly false sense of security about you. Must be that once you've survived the Grand Prix circuit, you guys think you're indestructible.
Yeah, I'm indestructible, hadn't you noticed? I mean, I'm still here, and people are still asking for my autograph.
Justin, do you think they still would ask you for your autograph If they knew what you were really doing for a living?
They won't find out.
I pray they won't, Justin. Now, have you found a buyer for the car? You haven't been looking. And you won't look. It's as if some terrible death wish has come over you. I've decided that Garth here is going to do the bidding. So why don't you give him the money?
You got it? There's $90,000 there. That's more than enough to buy the car.
You know, Justin, I hope you're right. I really hope you're right.
Okay, thank you. The messenger left the airport 20 minutes ago.
Typical bureaucracy. He probably got lost.
Okay, be call the Desert Inn and leave a message for Harmon Cox. If anyone asks, the blonde with 10 is a Texas millionaire's daughter. How about that?
Right away.
All right, the Lincoln goes on sale in 15 minutes. I want you to get over there and keep the bidding going, all right?
Like that?
Like what?
She's right. Just change your clothes and get over there right away.
All of a sudden, you don't like my clothes?
I like your clothes, but nobody's gonna believe that you can afford to buy a classic car dressed like that. Now, just get going, all right?
Excuse me, Mr. Fashion Maven.
You know, Dan, if we can nail the buyers here, we have a really good chance of busting that entire New York ring. Keep that filth off the streets.
Well, let's give it our best shot.
The next car, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the stars of our show. It's a 1926 Lincoln dual cowl fan. A real classic. It's from the collection of Justin Marsh, and you know what he does to a car. Folks, it just don't come any better than this one. All right, let's open the bidding, please. What do you want to bid on this beautiful Lincoln? Want to bid about $50,000. $50,000 to open. Anybody want to bid 50? Anybody want to bid 50? 20, thank you very much. Now 30. 30, 31, 31, 31, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30,000. That's sir, thank you very much. 30,000, now I'm looking for 35,000. 35, 35, 35, 5, 35, 5. Thank you. 35 and now 40,000. 40,000, 40,000, 4, 4, 4, get a 4, get a 4, get a 4, 4, get a 4, 4, 40, 40,000. Thank you very much, 40,000. Now 45. 45,000, 45, 45, 45.
41.
41. Now, why didn't I think of that? 41, I'm looking for 45. 45, 45, 45, 45, 45. Anybody 45 anywhere? Anybody want to bid 45? Anybody want to bid 45? Thank you very much. And now 50,000. And now 50. Yes, sir. $50,000?
46.
46. All right, we'll do it your way. 46,000, and I'm looking for 50. 46, I'm looking for...
Your arm with your Uncle Samuel's money? You'll get it.
50,000, thank you. Now 60,000. 6. Give me a 6, give me a 6, give me a 6, 6, give me a 6. Anywhere 60,000, 60,000.
56.
56, now 60, 60, 60, 61, 66.
60.
Thank you very much. 60, now 65, 65, 65, 65, 65. Anywhere 65? Yes, 65. 65 right there. Now you're catching on. All right. Now 70,000. 70, 71, 77, 77, 77, 77, 70,000. Now you got it. 70, and this is where we should have started on this car. 70, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75. Anybody 75? 75?
75!
75. Now 80,000.
Keep the bidding going. This is fabulous. I got to 75.
Will you knock it off? We're here now. We'll keep the bidding going, okay?
80,000. 80.
Yeah.
Now 85,000. 85. Yes, 85,000. Now 90. $90,000. Who's going to bid a 9? 9, give me a 9, give me a 9, 9, 9, give me a 9, give me a 9. Yes, 90,000. Now 95. $95,000. 95. Yes, 95,000. Now, anybody 96? 90, 96, 96, 96. How about 100? How about 100,000? Anybody else? Going once at 95. Going twice. Sold the car right there, 95,000.
Thank you. See you later.
All right.
Go to the auctioneer's office and find out who she is. What you
you find out about her?
They said she's some Texas millionaire's daughter. She's staying at the first home at the Desert Inn Country Club.
Let's get over there right now. Let's go.
Find what you're looking for, gentlemen?
All right, up against the car. Come on, move!
There's one more to take care of. I'd like to be the one.
It's best that you do it.
Why? Why'd you do it, Justin? They told me, they showed me the evidence. But I wouldn't believe them. You were the champion. You had it all. The glory, the excitement, the money.
Yeah, I also had the pain, Danny. You know what kind of pain I'm talking about? After the last accident, the kind of pain that you wake up screaming in the middle of the night, your body half crushed. Yes, I was a great champion. I had all the glory. But that ended. The pain didn't.
Don't give me some hype about your pain. You're making a fortune smuggling drugs. Destroying the lives of people you don't even know.
There's only two things that make you a champion, Danny. Winning and money.
It's all over, Justin.
Not yet, Danny. Almost. But not yet.
Hey.
What took you so long? Look at this. I'm turning into a prune.
You don't look like a prune.
Don't tell me that Cox couldn't sell my car. Well, I know. I know he sold it, right? At a price less than what I paid for it. And Uncle's going to take it out of my paycheck.
Not only did he sell your car, but he sold it for a $10,000 profit. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that pretty, huh?
You know what? I know just the family without a daddy that can use that.
You know, I had a feeling you were going to say something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in need of a partner, Tana.
Well, Turner, if you ever quit the agency, I just might take you on.
Yeah?
Yeah, we can discuss the terms over dinner.
Well, give me a hand.
চোখ বন্ধ করলে তুমি যে কি করবে আমি জানি না।
কি বলো? কি করব?
জানি আমি।
বন্ধ করো না, চোখ বন্ধ করো।
সত্যি কিছু করবে না তো?
100%।
ঠিক আছে, করলাম।
Will you marry me?
মোবাইল? নতুন মোবাইল? লাখ করছো কি তুমি? থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ।
কে?
স্যার, কুরিয়ার।
দাঁড়াও। ওরা তো বাসায় কেউ নেই, তুমি টেবিলের উপর রেখে দিয়ে যেতে পারবে?
জি জি স্যার, অবশ্যই স্যার। স্যার, রিসিপ্ট স্যার, সই লাগবে স্যার একটা।
কলম দাও। কলম।
স্যার, বাইক থেকে নামার পরে স্যার কলমটা খুঁজে পাচ্ছি না স্যার। স্যার, একটা কলম হবে?
দাঁড়াও।
জি। যেহেতু আমার লোন দেওয়ার মতো লোকের অভাব, তাই আমি প্রথম পদ্ধতিটাই বেছে নিলাম। নিজের জন্য নয়, এই জীবনে প্রথম আমি চুরি করলাম। যে আমার মন চুরি করেছে তার জন্য, মালার জন্য।
ঠিকানাটা কি আছে ওখানে?
জি স্যার।
ঠিকানা
স্যার, আলেকজান্দ্রিয়া ইজিপ্ট মিশর থেকে আসছে স্যার।
ও মিশর, মিশর তো দারুণ একটা জায়গা, বিশেষ করে অ্যান্টিক্সের জন্য। আমি যতবার গেছি মিশরে ততবারই আমি কিছু না কিছু নিয়ে এসছি সেখান থেকে।
স্যার আজকে আসি স্যার।
হ্যাঁ
আজকে আসি স্যার, একটা ডেলিভারি আছে তো।
ও আচ্ছা,
হ্যালো
এসো।
স্যার। অন্ধপুরের ঘড়ি বিক্রির টাকায় মালার জন্য একটা ভালো মোবাইল কিনে ফেললাম। ফলে বাকি চুরির জিনিসপত্র নিয়ে আমি মোটেও ভাবিত ছিলাম না। মালা,
আজকেও দেরি করে আসছো, প্রত্যেক দিন তুমি দেরি করো, কি সমস্যা তোমার?
তুমি না বলো যে আমার মধ্যে একটা নায়ক নায়ক ভাব? দেখো না সিনেমায় নায়ক দেরি করে ফেলে, নায়িকা অপেক্ষা করে থাকে। আচ্ছা সরি 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 সরি। মন খারাপ করো কেন? তোমার জন্য একটা জিনিস আনছি, বলো কি আনছি।
কি জিনিস দাও? কি আনছো দাও না।
না না না, তুমি একটু চিন্তা করে দেখো কি আনছি।
এত চিন্তা করতে পারবো না তো।
বলো, মাথাটা একটু খাটাও।
আরে কি ঘোড়া ডিম নিয়ে আসছো, দাও না দাও।
আচ্ছা তাহলে চোখ বন্ধ করো।
চোখ বন্ধ করলে তুমি যে কি করবে আমি জানি না।
কি বলো, কি করবো?
জানি জানি আমি।
বন্ধ করো না, চোখ বন্ধ করো।
সত্যি কিছু করবে না তো?
100%।
ঠিক আছে, করলাম।
Will you marry me?
মোবাইল, নতুন মোবাইল, আল্লাহ করছো কি তুমি? থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ। আমার একটা ফোন কি দরকার ছিল জান, তুমি এটা কি করছো? দাও দাও দাও।
ভালো হয়েছে না? ভালো হয়েছে না? দেখো বলছিলাম না, তোমার কথা দিছিলাম না, ছবি তুলে দেখো।
হ্যাঁ ছবি তো তুলবই, দাঁড়াও। নতুন মোবাইলের প্রথম ছবি তোমার সাথে। আসো।
May mắn rồi nè, điện từ bao nhiêu quay được người thôi, phải có may mắn cơ mới thích lâu lâu. Mình gọi là khỏe phết đùa. Không có Guardian Cherry mà vẫn hâu Guardian à? Yeah. Thực sự là cầu nguyện không vậy? Thực sự là cầu nguyện ra Guardian không? Cái thằng lái xe này. Lái xe bay rồi, xe bay nhưng mà vẫn cần bánh. Sự nhót không? Nhót đó, mày nhót không? Ui Galio rồi, what the hell? Ui nói ở kia thì không quan tâm. Chơi Galio rồi, để Galio ngoài, chưa cần lắm. Cũng xịn đấy, nhưng mà thiếu xe lát, để từ xe lát nữa là xong. Perfect tiếp à? Thêm nữa không? One more. Ê, 135 xuống 126 kìa, đồ reset. One more này. One more. One ai không được. One more. Không one more à? Quả đấy, đây, được rồi. One more. Two more. Two more. Hãy si bà si kia. Nope. Mày bay. 54 à? Thực sự là 5 củ ấy, nên là 50%. Quay đều. Cái gì đấy? Không skip được, quên mất. Có thể về qua kia thì bay thì kiếm tiền rebirth. Quá mạnh. Ra một tuổi mà rồi lên qua 4, cứ chỉ qua 4 cho tôi vậy, chôn tôi à? Vẫn thắng à? Sự bay là tỷ bằng. Anh ác quỷ rồi, hóa ác quỷ rồi. Từ ngày em đi anh hóa thành ác quỷ Ride a Car Simulator. 22 củ à? Anh sẽ bay được tầm 400 củ, 450 thì mới lên cấp tiếp theo được. Sự bình chi linh ấy. Nhanh mà nhẹn, ui bay nhanh đét, tốc độ sự vua. Tốc độ xử được vua ấy, tốc độ sử dụng một đẳng cấp Pro VIP. Chuẩn không vậy? Thắng được không vậy? Rồi, còn mỗi con cho gát sẽ làm chi? Còn mỗi cho gát làm chi? Cho gát 2 mũ thích nghi à? Làm chi? Ui, thổi đau phết, đùa. Ê, nó thắng được cái cút đấy. Ê, nó thổi chết Zone này. Không chết được. Có 2 cái mũ kia đéo chết được. 2 mũ đấy chỉ là kích thêm sát thương phép. Xong rồi. Rồi, quả chém cái nào của mình rồi. Chắn luôn. Đi chợ 100 máu bốc lửa. Đồ Zone này. Zone cái cục đấy sự xịn không? Bàn lan chắn à. Đồ cổ này. 15% hút báo chủ sở hữu đồng minh được đấy. Cái ui mất lắc rồi. Còn những cục kia, con cục vàng. Lấy một cục vàng đi. Rồi, trở lấy cái này. Ha, sorry. Mày bay cao. Một lần bay được tầm 40 triệu.
Roxana, last season থেকে বাদ হয়ে যাওয়ার পরে গ্র্যান্ড অডিশনে কি করলেন?
2 মাস ঘুমাতে পারিনি।
লাস্ট ইয়ার থেকে আপনার ফুড ইমপ্রুভ হয়েছে?
জি, আমি নিজে বিশ্বাস করি। এখন দিবেন?
কি নাম আপনার?
আমার নাম সানামি কাহানি।
কি বানিয়েছেন আজকে?
কোয়েল বারবিকিউ উইথ ম্যাশ পটেটো আর একটা অরেঞ্জ হানি সস বানিয়েছি।
এই প্লেটিং করা কোথায় শিখলেন?
এটা ইউটিউব থেকে নিজে শেখা।
ক্যাভিয়ার নিজে বানিয়েছেন?
জি।
এটা কি?
নাম কি এটা? এটা লেমন টার্ট বানিয়েছি।
আপনি সেকেন্ড টাইম অ্যাপ্লাই করতেছেন?
শিওর।
স্যার, আপনার ফ্যামিলিতে কে আছে?
আমার ফ্যামিলিতে আমার হাজবেন্ড আর একটা ছেলে আছে, ক্লাস 6 এ পড়ে।
যদি আমরা আপনাকে সিলেক্ট করি তাহলে আপনি আমাদের সাথে 2.5 মাসের জন্য চলে যেতে হবে।
কোনো সমস্যা হবে না।
আমার মনে হয় সাইমা লাস্ট ইয়ার থেকে আপনার ফুড ইমপ্রুভ হয়েছে?
জি, আমি নিজে বিশ্বাস করি।
না, রিয়েলি ইমপ্রুভ হয়েছে।
জি, অনেক।
The Koel tastes really good.
Thank you, sir.
That's why আমি সেকেন্ড একটা পিস নিলাম।
Thank you, sir.
Tastes really good. Mashed potato very nicely done. সসটা মজা। আপনার ক্রিয়েটিভিটি শো করার চান্স পেয়েছেন and you did that. So
এখন দিবেন?
এটা একদম ভালো জিনিস। ভাবছি
কি করলে রাজি হবেন ম্যাম?
ফুড নিয়ে ভবিষ্যৎ কি পরিকল্পনা সেটা?
ম্যাম, আমার সত্যি কথা বলতে আমার রেস্টুরেন্ট দেওয়ার ইচ্ছা। হাজবেন্ড সরকারি চাকরি করে, সে যথেষ্ট আমাকে সাপোর্ট দেন, কিন্তু নিজের যে একটা আমার মানে আমি চাই আমি আমার ইচ্ছা মতো আমি করবো, সেই জিনিসটা পাওয়ার জন্য তো আমার
না কোয়ালিটি ভালো তো
অবশ্যই আমার দরকার থাকছে।
সাইমা ওয়েটিং কার্ডই দিব আপনাকে।
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ, যেটা ঠিক আছে। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম। রোকসানা, ভালো আছেন?
জি, আলহামদুলিল্লাহ।
নার্ভাস নাকি? নার্ভাস হওয়ার কথা না তো। গত সিজনে আপনি আমাদের সাথে গ্র্যান্ড অডিশন প্রজেক্টে গিয়েছিলেন। তারপর কি বানিয়েছেন আজকে?
বাটার পোস্ট প্রন।
ভেরি নাইস, লুকস বিউটিফুল।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
তেলের মধ্যে নাইস।
রোকসানা, লাস্ট সিজন থেকে বাদ হয়ে যাওয়ার পরে গ্র্যান্ড অডিশনে কি করলেন?
2 মাস ঘুমাতে পারিনি।
2 মাস ঘুমাতে পারিনি।
তারপর আবার শেখা শুরু করছি।
প্রফেশনালি কোথাও শিখেছেন?
শিখেছি আইসিআইতে।
আচ্ছা,
ডিপ্লোমা করেছেন?
কোনটা একদম চমৎকার গান হয়েছে।
এত ডেসপারেটলি আপনি বারবার কেন আমাদের শোতে আসতে চাচ্ছেন?
কি বলবো
কি জানি এটা
আপনি এখানে লিখেছেন এটা আমার স্বপ্ন, স্বপ্নটা কি আর কি করতে হবে?
আরো অনেক বাকি আছে, অনেক শিকার বাকি আছে এবং মানে আমি শিখে আমি আবার আমার গ্রামের মানুষকে শিখাবো, তুলে আনবো সবাইকে, এটা আমার ইচ্ছে।
আপনার রেসিপি সিলেকশনটা পারফেক্ট ছিল। সিম্পল ইনগ্রিডিয়েন্ট, জাস্ট বাটার, সল্ট অ্যান্ড পেপার দিয়ে একটা অনেক মজার সস আপনি বানাতে পেরেছেন।
ইমপ্রুভ হয়েছে।
অনেক ইমপ্রুভ হয়েছে আমি বলবো।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, হ্যাঁ ইমপ্রুভ হয়েছে শেফ। আমার মনে হয় আমরা তাকে একটা ওয়েটিং কার্ড দিয়ে দিতে পারি।
জি,
থ্যাংক ইউ।
চলে আসেন।
আমার মাঝে আমি সেরা রাধুনী।
Cảnh vệ này, 3 cảnh vệ rồi, 4 cảnh vệ, cảnh vệ 2 luôn, còn biết thử xem ra cái gì á. Có cảnh vệ à? Ui, bài này đánh as cảnh vệ nhở, hóa cung xanh à, được phết. As cảnh vệ nó thì lướt này, cảnh vệ rồi. Đánh chung bài 4 tranh. Cảnh vệ as cảnh vệ thì sẽ là phần đâu rồi, bắt tờ heo cắt lin đâu đây. Đây thôi cái này sao mình nhớ mà kệ đi, cứ cho cảnh vệ vào đã. Mùi gỡ, cái mùi gỡ. Rồi, vừa đủ, vừa đẹp. Cung xanh này, vô cực rồi. Cung xanh vô cực với cả cuồng đao à? Dấu có cuồng đao, xít quá. Chắc là chim quá rồi, chắc thế. 82 máu à? Trốn nhỉ? Sẽ một chút trốn đấy. Mình sẽ lái cái này trước. Ok, tốc độ cao đét. Ok, được rồi. Cảnh vậy à? Có nhà đánh sự danh hóa này, nó đấy át à? Chưa ai thì có át à? Cái đánh lắc này cũng không phải thôi, không ai át mình lụ. San mà có gì xin ra chơi. Nắp đổ xin ra tạm đi. Xin la ra tỷ đấu sĩ này, mình mà đánh thì nhầm, trở thành đấu sĩ tiếp và ra 1 tỷ ấy. Đấu sĩ ạ, quỷ đéo chịu được mà anh đã stop rồi, có thể không? Anh nhầm Bùi Tía nó xóa. Tía thầy nhót, Tía thầy nhót này mà bình tĩnh tự tin và tự tin.
কেকের প্রেজেন্টেশনটা খুবই সুন্দর, বিউটিফুল, দেখেই খেতে ইচ্ছা করে।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আমার নাম মোহাম্মদ আশিকুল আলম তমাল, পাবনা থেকে এসেছি। তো আজকে আমি অরেঞ্জ মুজ কেক নিয়ে এসেছি।
আপনি তো আগেও একবার আমাদের সাথে রেসিপি সাবমিট করেছিলেন, রাইট? 10 পর্যন্ত গিয়েছে।
আবার কেন পার্টিসিপেট করা?
আসলে আমার মনে হয়েছে যে আমি আমার লক্ষ্যে পৌঁছাতে পারিনি।
ওকে, এনিওয়ে আমরা পুরটা টেস্ট করি। পুরটা টেস্ট করে আপনাকে এক্স্যাক্ট কি হয়েছে সেটা বলি।
আপনার রান্নার বেস্ট 5টা ডিশের নাম বলেন। পিৎজা, স্পঞ্জ কেক যেটা বার্থডে কেক যেটাকে বলে, ক্রিম অফ মাশরুম স্যুপ, অন্থনটা ভালো হয়। আর চেষ্টা করি সবসময় মানে দেশি একটু খাবারের মধ্যে আমি ভর্তাগুলো আছে, ভর্তাটা ভালো হয়, বাদামি ভর্তাটা।
তোমার অরেঞ্জ মুজ কেকের মধ্যে অরেঞ্জের ফ্লেভার আছে, ইটস রিয়েলি নাইস। ভিতরে যে ডাকওয়া দেওয়া হয়েছে ওটাও আই থিঙ্ক পারফেক্টলি ডান। আপনার কেকের টেস্ট ভালো হয়েছে, বাট আপনাকে অনেক নার্ভাস লাগতেছে, ঠিক আছে? নার্ভাসনেসের রিজনটা কি? আপনি 1424-এর টপ 10-এ ছিলেন এবং 1424-এর উইনার আমাদের সাথে আছেন মাহফুজ। সো এটার জন্য কি নার্ভাসনেসটা একটু বেড়ে গেছে?
না, আমার সাথে যে ছিল সে এখন জাজমেন্টে আছে। আমার নার্ভাসের কারণ যে আমি আসলে এই কেকটা নিয়ে আসতে মাঝপথে আমি রিটার্ন করতে চেয়েছিলাম বাসায়, যে আমি যদি আমার বেস্টটা আরও দিতে পারতাম, পুরো প্রেজেন্টেশনটা আপনাদের সামনে নিয়ে আসতে পারতাম, এটা আমার মানে কনফিডেন্ট লেভেলটা বেড়ে যেত আমার।
কিন্তু আপনার কেকের টেস্ট ভালো ছিল।
তো সব চিন্তা করে ওয়েটিং কার্ড চাচ্ছি।
থ্যাংক ইউ। সেরাধুনি বরাবরই আমার কাছে অনেক গুড একটা এক্সপিরিয়েন্স। এটা আমার সেকেন্ড টাইম আসা। প্রথমবার আমি টপ 10-এ এসে হুচুট খেয়েছিলাম, ওই জায়গা থেকে শিক্ষা নিয়ে আমি আবারও এসেছি। আশা করছি এই অ্যাপ্রনটা আমার গলায় উঠবে, তো সবাই দোয়া করবেন আমার জন্য।
সালেহা হামিদা লিজা, আজকের দুটো ডিশের নাম জানতে চাই।
এখানে আছে চকলেট মোকা স্ট্রবেরি চিজ কেক অ্যান্ড উত্তরবঙ্গের একটা ঐতিহ্যবাহী খাবার যেটা হচ্ছে সরিষার তেলে গরুর মাংস। এখানে আমি আস্ত রসুন ব্যবহার করেছি, আর সেই সাথে হচ্ছে এদের একটা ট্র্যাডিশনাল ফুড চায় খুদের ভাত বা বউ ভাত, এটা আমি সার্ভ করেছি।
তো এর আগেও তো আসা হয়েছিল।
ম্যাম, আমি ব্র্যান্ড অডিশন থেকে বাদ করেছি। ওখান থেকে বাদ করার পর ট্রাই করেছি নিজের স্কিল ডেভেলপ করার, দেন নিজেকে তৈরি করার।
এবার ফুল প্রিপারেশন নিয়ে
মোটামুটি ইনশাআল্লাহ।
ওকে,
কেকের প্রেজেন্টেশনটা খুবই সুন্দর,
থ্যাংক ইউ।
বিউটিফুল, দেখেই খেতে ইচ্ছা করে।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
পাঁচ ফোড়নে যে 5টা উপকরণ থাকে ওইটার নাম বলে।
এটা কালোজিরা আছে, দেন হচ্ছে মেথি আছে, তারপর মৌরি আছে, সরিষার একটা আছে, জিরা ইউজ করে এখানে।
ঠিক আছে,
বেসড অন দ্য টেস্ট অ্যান্ড প্রেজেন্টেশন আমরা আপনাকে আজকে একটা ওয়েটিং কার্ড দিব। চলে আসুন।
আমারি শিল্প, এ আমারি নেশা।
লাস্ট টাইম আমি গ্র্যান্ড অডিশন থেকে বাদ করেছিলাম, বাট এবার আমি আশা রাখছি ইনশাআল্লাহ শেষ অবধি যাব। বাকিটা আমার লাকের উপর ডিপেন্ড করছে আর আমার প্রচেষ্টার উপর।
Một trong bao nhiêu? 160 chứ được phải làm một lần nữa, một và hai lần nữa. Rồi một kỹ năng nữa là chụp ảnh, banh slide. Thoát rồi thì quay rồi sao? Chưa, 10 tiếng nữa. Tôi mất tính thời gian chơi game. Trốn. Good. Ngon. Xong đấu này. Đấu sĩ à? Quyền năng đi. Quyền năng biết tiếng này. Cái đồ hộ bố gái. Bao nhiêu à? 26 tỷ à? Người thì là 200 này. Người là 2 là 1 tỷ. Người là 5. Người là 5 lát. 5 lát. Là 1 người. Đó, 200 lát. 2 triệu 1 lát. 200 lát. 2. Hai trăm ngoài lần nữa đấy, một sống với à, đến hai bay hai nữa là lên 5 phút, bay cũng chưa xong. Bình chi lên bình á, đúng nào? Olivia ngon có biết chuyện của bạn đâu. Máu, máu, hôi máu, hôi máu, hôi máu, hôi máu.
ওয়াও মনে হয়, ভিজুয়ালি দেখতে অনেক সুন্দর হয়েছে।
হ্যাঁ, প্রেজেন্টেশনটা ভালো।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
ওয়েটিং কার্ড পেয়েছি। ঢাকা অডিশনের জন্য একটু টেনশন হচ্ছে নেক্সট রাউন্ডে আমি যেতে পারবো কিনা।
আমার মাঝে আমি সেরা রাধুনী।
সুরাইয়া পারভিন, কি বানিয়েছেন আপনি?
আমি একটি ডেজার্ট নিয়ে এসেছি আজকে, লেয়ার কার্ড ফ্যান্টাসি।
আমি জানি না টেস্ট কেমন, আমি জাস্ট আপনার পেকিংটা দেখেই ওয়াও মনে হয়। ডেজার্ট ছাড়া আপনি ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কুইজিন আর কি বানাতে পারেন?
থাই, চাইনিজটা পারি।
থাই আর চাইনিজ কুইজিনের মধ্যে পার্থক্যটা কি বলতে পারবেন?
কিছুটা কাছাকাছি, কারণ এই দুটার মধ্যে আপনার যেই জিনিস প্রোডাক্টগুলো আমরা ইউজ করি প্রায় একই রকম।
অনেকটা ডিফারেন্স আছে। থাই খুব ঝাল হয়, চাইনিজ অত ঝাল হয় না। আর থাইতে প্রচুর কোকোনাট ইউজ করে, চাইনিজে অত কোকোনাট ইউজ হয় না। এছাড়াও এরকম অনেক উদাহরণ আছে জি দুটো ফুডের মধ্যে।
জি,
সেরা রাঁধুনিতে কেন এসেছেন?
আমি মনে করি ম্যাম সেরা রাঁধুনি একটা হচ্ছে বিশাল বড় একটা প্ল্যাটফর্ম, যেখানে নিজেকে আমি উপস্থাপন করতে পারবো সবার সামনে, আমি আমার প্রতিভাকে দেখাতে পারবো। ফিউচারে আমার খুব ইচ্ছা নিজেকে একজন সফল উদ্যোক্তা হিসেবে তৈরি করা। আমি মনে করি সে রাঁধুনি আমাকে সে প্ল্যাটফর্মটা আমাকে তৈরি করে দিবে।
আজকে যদি আমরা আপনাকে ওয়েটিং কার্ড না দিই তাহলে আপনার কেমন লাগবে?
ভালো খারাপ দুইটাই লাগবে। কার্ড পেলে ভালো লাগবে, না পেলে ইনশাল্লাহ পরের বার আরও ভালোভাবে চেষ্টা করে আসবো।
আপনি তো আমাদের আগের চ্যালেঞ্জেসগুলো দেখেছেন, অনেক ইন্টারন্যাশনাল, অনেক ফিউশন, অনেক ডিফারেন্ট টাইপ অফ চ্যালেঞ্জেস থাকে। সো আপনার মনে হয় আপনি রেডি?
ইয়েস, আমি রেডি।
তাহলে চলে আসেন, আপনাকে আমরা একটা ওয়েটিং কার্ড দিতে চাচ্ছি।
থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার। ওয়েটিং কার্ড পেয়েছি, ভালো লাগছে। জাজরা আমার ফুড খেয়ে অনেক প্রশংসা করেছে। ঢাকা অডিশনের জন্য একটু টেনশন হচ্ছে নেক্সট রাউন্ডে আমি যেতে পারবো কিনা।
সীমানা যতই হোক দেয়ালে ঘেরা, এ আমারই মঞ্চ, জানি আমি সেরা।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম সালাম।
আমি শারমিন সাবালিনা। আমি আজকে নিয়ে এসেছি পিনা কোলাডা পাইনাপেল কেক।
ভিজুয়ালি দেখতে অনেক সুন্দর হয়েছে।
হ্যাঁ, প্রেজেন্টেশনটা ভালো।
থ্যাংক ইউ। কি করেন? একাডেমিক পড়াশোনা শেষ করেছি আমি, আর বর্তমানে আমি কালিনারি আর্টসের উপরে ডিপ্লোমা করছি। আর হোমমেড একটা খাবারের বিজনেস আছে যেটা আমি আমাদের এলাকাতে রান করছি।
শামিন, আপনি কোকোনাট ইউজ করেছেন এখানে?
না সে
পিনা কোলাডাতে কিন্তু কোকোনাট যায়। ইটস আ মিক্সচার অফ পাইনঅ্যাপল এন্ড
কোকোনাট।
আমার কাছে মানে কেকের টেস্টটা বেশ ভালো লেগেছে।
আমার কাছেও কেকের টেস্টটা ভালো লেগেছে। ইটস নট টু সুইট, দেয়ার ইজ পাইনঅ্যাপল। when you call it
juicy.
থ্যাংক ইউ ম্যাম।
আপনি এটা ছাড়া আর কি রান্না করতে পারেন? ঝাল খাবার কি রান্না করতে পারেন?
বিরিয়ানি, কাবাব, হচ্ছে মুঠি কাবাব, শামি কাবাব, ইন্টারন্যাশনাল আছে, জালি কাবাব। ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কোনো খাবার যেমন চাইনিজের মধ্যে ফ্রাইড রাইস, চিলি চিকেন, ওনথন, থাই স্যুপ, এগুলো সব পারি। চাইনিজের মধ্যে তো থাই আসে না। আসছে না।
আমি জানি আপনি জানেন, বাট আপনি নার্ভাস কেন এত?
প্রথমবার আমার অডিশন তো সেই জন্য।
আগে কেন আসেন?
আগে আমি মানে গত সিজন আমি ভাবছিলাম যে দিব, তারপর ভাবলাম যে না, আমি একটু কাঁচা আসছি, এখানে তো দেখি অনেক সব দক্ষ সবাই আসে, ওই জন্য আমি ভাবছিলাম একটু ভালো মতো শিখে তারপর যাই, সেই জন্য।
আপনার মনে হয় আপনি এবারের জন্য রেডি?
হ্যাঁ,
আমার মনে হয় আমি রেডি আছি এবারের জন্য।
তাহলে আমরাও রেডি। এখন আপনাকে একটা ওয়েটিং কার্ড দেই।
থ্যাংক ইউ শেফ। শেয়ার রাধুনির ওয়েটিং কার্ড পেয়েছি আর আশা করছি গ্র্যান্ড অডিশনের জন্য সিলেক্ট হব ইনশাল্লাহ। এটা পেয়েছি, এটাতে অনেক খুশি লাগছে। ইনশাল্লাহ গ্র্যান্ড অডিশনের জন্য সিলেক্ট হলে আরও বেশি খুশি হব।
Quỷ á, quỷ thuật. Cái xa kìa, thiếu dấu. Không bố à? Trôn! Mày thiếu đồ đéo gì nhở? À, thiếu cái nanh. Thiếu mất bà giáo thế thiếu đồ. Nanh ngã xua. Chắc phải đồ đấy. Rồi lên chat đã, bình tĩnh. Còn ra chim. Bình tĩnh tự tin và chiến thắng nhé. Sao? Vậy song long mà. Has done to me. Này mình thắng không? Này yếu đéo gì nhỉ? Bài mình cũng yếu mà bài đó cũng lò học đủ hơn nhỉ. Cái máy học lắp cây đồ tanh. Chết rồi, con ăn đi chết. Thắng không vậy? Bà sinh viên à. Mày đi. Cái hai cái đồ của Mana được lâu quá đấy. Thôi. Khỏi vang chết. Vết kiếm mà, chuồn vô. Cũng đau vết kiếm mà. Mặt trời. 1 tỷ 9 à, 3 tỷ 6. Được rồi. Tôi trong si quay trên trời. Được rồi. Đúng mắt chuyện tôi. Đơn giản rất trẻ Hà Nội. Rồi, chọn không? Coi, lấy mấy con nhiều tiền đã. Mấy này không? Sẵn sàng đổi. Xa không bro lui. Xa, đem let's go. Đủ tiền à, tỷ tiền à? Đây còn đừng đâu. Đừng kiểm tra trên vọng tao. Rồi vật chất thấy. Đừng đâu. Nên là cái trường đéo quá. Mày quá trời kêu ghép đủ. Trời. Sao đâu? Thực ra thì cái thằng kia là nhót xuống ấy. Chôn à? Đồ chôn vai. Đấy, lắp này xong rồi gãy đồ xong. Xét thì lắp cái được không nhỉ? Thì không biết được không? Cút. Dấu ra. Nhót chưa? 38 máu chưa nhót. Ui acid xong. Thôi. Khởi công 20. Đấy chết thằng ngu. Yes sir broccoli ơi. Tôi tăng lượng. Cùng mày. Tao và địa ngục chưa biết một trái có hưu game. Đây. Nhìn tất cả sau bao đêm. Đây cút. Đâu xem trên mình để rủ tôi đến. Cút xem. Hai thằng quỷ. Nó dòng mà, nó lắp vào này. Cũng xin tái thì làm cảnh con dao. Có cho con mắt nhà ăn đi. Trên cao. Trên tao trên trả đạp smile. Zone xuống bắn Sierra mất. Nó đỏ à. Sierra sấy đéo kịp Zone chứ. Sấy kịp ấy, được cây kìa. Zone chưa phun đồ, do rồng lắp cửa máy giáp mặt chim broccoli. Zone 3 không vị. Zone 3 không vị à. Zone 3 không vị, cần chấm muối không phải broccoli. Mà đánh bóng. Đánh bóng hoài thế không biết. 3 tỷ 9 thôi. Bye bye. Quê. Phong này. Democratic. MC. Meow. Bẹp. Và được 1-2. Làm gì trên tổng đàn không cả em trong bản và một thứ thì nó không đơn giản, không cản. Tôi quên không cản. Yes sir. Mình đã vượt Ba Đình. Nhưng mà ngay còn giấy. Nhạc lên là phải căng, là không phải trang. Nói ngon mà phải chăn, sáng như hải đăng. Đài Loan cho sơ buộc đuôi. Chứ phải trang thì chứ Đài Loan tao chỉ nắm tay thôi, nhưng anh bảo là phải phập. Anh không thì khó lắm. Đây để quanh hông nhiều nước cút. Cái ký tạo fan tên là Đạt, nhà có vừa ngày trên Đà Lạt. Cam Minh Sơn bỏ luôn tao đi ra mắt người ta 30k nếu không 400. Uầy, Đinh Mạnh Azit rồi chuẩn đấy, trốn bố. Hay Đinh Mạnh Azit ạ. DC game vẽ biết Đinh Mạnh Azit ạ. Anh em bắn thằng kia rồi, không đủ bệnh mạnh rồi, không sao. Ok là sống được thì mới được bệnh được. Để của tao đang đi tí chỉ vậy. Thằng kề thằng đang hát tiếng câu chúng mày tuổi lờ. Nhít mày nhờ chip nhít Vòng cày check xin ra ấy. Ok Giao ai gặp xin ra 1,7 tỷ 31,7 cái kim cương và đéo đủ. Thread bế ai đây? Chết Woody trước cả để Thread rồi. Thread bế Gario và Juliet rồi xong. Mà Thread 1 thì là thực sự một chút nhiều máu đấy. Khỏe đấy. Thắng này. Ui, kia sấy chết hết ạ. Sấy Azit xịt chết hết. Chết là cho bạn một trang bị tạo tác. Ok broccoli có gì cho xin ra báo tố đen. Yes sir, cảm ơn. Cái này được tạm được. MCK cho con cờ em bước gì ạ? Nhỏ rap 32k 32k rưỡi ạ. Một lần quay pet kiểu ra nhiều pet. Hai game 5 phút thôi bú game ấy, farm này cho biết hai game. Để phát nữa được, phải đánh nó này, không thằng này cũng giống bài vừa đấy, không đi là đi xin với cả đấu sĩ. Bài vừa đấy bài thằng này cũng mạnh bài bằng với em, mình mạnh hơn nhỉ, trâu hơn. Không, thằng này là bùi quá rồi xì ơi cái gái. Ui không yêu chết rồi vậy. Thôi thắng trồn rất chịu. Thằng kia khỏe hơn nhiều, cút chết thua sao chơi 4 nào này cái chết à không nào. Chôn bố 96k cái lên mà tỷ đô tôi hiểu là sao thì bớt nhiều quá. Xét một cát ở để cho vào check xem là con này bao nhiêu. 75% mà mấy con này sẽ đi con quay xịt nhất 85%. ra nốt nè. Xét ơi, axit hai sự mạnh mạnh đấy. Tay mình sự mỏng mỏng, tay mỏng đét. Có giảm giảm kháng phép rồi zone 3 đứng chéo cái xin ra sự khó đấy. Ngoài tán khó tớ thấy đấy. Đây rồi, nó xuống rồi. Sẽ bắt lửa cây đi luôn không? Đi luôn mà. Xin thằng này đi rồi. Yếu đét. Tên gì? Đấy. Winho 1412199 quá chớm 1421999 à? Ra vậy bữa vui. Mình tôi làm yes. Đi giống mai chiều